What the duck is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for a very special episode today. As a request, you know we had to bring it back. It is the Film Bros, ready for our second annual Oscar voting. What a time to bring the Film Bros back. Almost forgot this intro, but had to bring. Let's go. Ready? We got Emma, worse than your average film bro. Jaden, the film bro in the making, and our friend Berto from Films from the Phantom Zone. How we doing?
Good. Solid.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
A little nervous. It's been a while.
Excited. I'm excited more than nervous.
Okay.
I'm excited. A little tired, but
It's been a while, but people have been asking, where are the film bros?
have people actually been asking?
They actually have.
Oh.
They actually have.
I
On the
didn't know
Discord.
people gave a shit.
Oh, no, literally
No,
on
we're
the...
back better than ever.
Yeah. No, people have been asking where the film bros are at, but we're back better than ever. And what a time to bring back this episode because the 97th Academy Awards is right around the corner. And as shitty as this Academy Awards season may be, this does bring up probably the most discussion for the Oscars in a while, I would say.
A lot of controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little controversy here and there and some shitty wins here and there at the other award shows. But I don't know. How are we feeling about Oscar season this year? Just award season in general.
I don't feel great.
I mean, it's exciting. It's like you think about last year, it was Oppenheimer, which deserved it completely, but now it's so
But see, it's
polarizing.
very easy to just be like
Yes.
Oppenheimer's sweep.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
But now we have, I mean, it could go 4 different ways. And
Could.
there's that fifth back doorway, which we're all hoping doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little underwhelmed with the selection, honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think the lack of, choices, though, is kind of making this harder to choose who we may want or think should win for each category. But that does make for a great episode.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like in comparison to last year too, there's not a lot of, for me, things that I thought were the best movies of the year aren't even on the board. And I
Right.
feel like every single category is the same 4 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say that before we want to dive into these categories with our predictions, do we want to talk about some movies that we are surprised aren't even nowhere to be seen on these ballots?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know if Luca Guadagnino is like
Did he kill
on
someone?
the run from the law. I don't know if he killed somebody in cold blood. Something happened to him because where is Challengers and where is Queer?
No nominations at all from Queer or
And
Challengers.
this is across
It's
like
surprising, too.
this is across
Yeah.
every award show except for Challengers score, obviously for the Golden Globes.
Mhm.
And I think it won BAFTA too, something else.
But how often have we seen a movie win for Best Original Score and it not even be at the Golden Globes and not even be nominated
in any other category?
in any category?
My jaw when the Golden Globe nominations came out and when these ones came out, my jaw dropped so hard it nearly cracked in two.
Because I really
Where is he?
I thought Daniel Craig would at least be on the board as well for Best
Yeah.
Actor. Because a lot of people say that's probably the best performance of his career as well.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't understand.
It's weird. I don't,
Him,
think
I don't know
anyone
where. And then
understands.
my other one is, I saw the TV Globe, but that was never getting nominated for
See,
anything.
and I think I saw the TV Glow is what, it should be
I
getting the
think
attention that Amelia Perez is getting.
There's a movie, Amelia Perez, that's
Yeah.
kind of taking that spot right now.
Yeah. Because, even though I saw the TV Glow wasn't like my favorite of the year, it is 100% better at executing its message than Amelia Perez.
It's also
And-
definitely more
Definitely.
artistic in just about every way.
Yeah.
I think I can make a movie in 5 minutes that give a better message than Amelia Perez did, truly.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be talking plenty about
Oh,
Amelia
boy.
Perez.
Yeah, I don't want to
really
get
good.
into it all right now.
I guess we could talk about some other snubs as we go through each category, but I think those are the most jarring ones where you
Mhm.
see Queer, Challengers. Sing Sing not up for Best Picture as
Yeah,
well.
right.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is wild because Sing Sing was another one that got a lot of attention at festivals all year long, other award shows, and then come the Golden Globe and Oscars, I'm like, where's Sing Sing?
Well, you also
Yeah.
said it's one of your favorites, right?
It did end up
Mm.
becoming my second favorite movie of 2024. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Top three.
just topped Furiosa. So it went Dune, Sing Sing, Furiosa, Nosferatu, then Kneecap.
Yeah,
for me.
where's
Yeah.
Furiosa?
And where's Dune, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a lot of these,
Yeah.
Well, Dune's there. It's just
It's
not.
there, but it's
but it's not
underrepresented.
there. Yeah.
I think
also-
actor representation's not there.
right.
There's
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, I would have liked to see
Yeah.
Kneecap for international feature film as well.
Yeah. What a crazy year for Zendaya, and she didn't see anything either.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
I really just, I don't know how much you guys think these, I don't know if they really care. I think some of them probably do.
It's
But
probably nice to win, but
yeah, but if I'm Zendaya, I'm like, dude,
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing: is like, if you have cachet like Zendaya, then no, it's not going to affect you.
yeah,
But it's
some other people need
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I agree.
It's something you could absolutely
Yeah.
put on your resume for a higher rate.
yeah,
and
You know?
Zendaya's still gonna get cast and everything. She's still gonna be an
Yeah.
expensive get.
that's true. I mean, it's kind of like a Leonardo DiCaprio.
She's at the point where she
thing.
doesn't audition anymore.
Right. They're like the movie is lucky to have her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They make a movie based on her.
Basically.
you
Right,
know,
yep,
that's how it goes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say an underwhelming year,
Okay.
but
An interesting year.
it was an interesting year. I think there's a lot of new faces though, like a lot of
There
people
are.
we haven't seen in award season maybe in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
which is always good to, you know. I mean, Coleman Domingo's back on that best actor,
Yeah, but
but
we have some fresh meat.
Yeah.
Mikey
It's good.
Madison.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I think interesting year is a good way to phrase that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's start it off. We're gonna go through each category
Oh,
for this year's Oscar nominations, and we are going to pick who we want to win.
yes.
You know, because I feel like the easy thing would be to predict who will win, but I think it'll be good for a discussion of who we want to win, and then we could always talk about who we actually think will win. But so we'll go through each category, give our choice. I want to start it off with something strong. I think we'll start off with some meaty ones, with some good categories.
Okay.
Then we'll make our way through
God.
writing, editing, and then obviously we'll finish it off with best picture. But let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 categories to go through.
crazy
Ooh.
prep work you did for this
Ooh.
episode.
That's a lot. Well, because there's a few that we're not going to go through, like documentary, feature film, documentary short, animated short, and live action short.
We respect their work though. We just are
They're
busy.
inaccessible.
We
We just
haven't
have
seen shit.
They're inaccessible and we're busy people.
Mhm.
I don't
as
even.
well.
My favorite documentary isn't even on here for this year.
What's your favorite documentary?
What the?
Okay. All right, so
Oh God.
on
Freak off.
Netflix, there's a Vince McMahon documentary.
Oh.
Huh?
It's insane.
Wait, is that where the meme came from? No.
no,
that was
that was a
while
different
ago.
documentary.
Okay.
No, this one is like how terrible of a person he is.
Yeah.
It's like an
Awesome.
expose kind of
Like the actual character or the person?
the
The
person.
person. He's crazy.
No, he's insane.
he knew how to do entertainment.
He did, but also he was horrible. Honestly, I really do recommend watching that though if
Well,
you
cool.
get the chance.
Cool.
Shout out to you guys.
What's it on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
All right.
what are you gonna drop the bomb on us first?
I want to
scared.
drop the bomb of actor in a leading role.
Okay.
Whoa.
I wanna start
Oh,
there.
we're starting from
I'm
the
gonna
top.
start at the
then.
top.
Okay.
I thought we were doing like supporting or like, but you want to go straight? Let's do it.
You know what? No, you're right. I think it would make sense for supporting. You're right. Okay, so let's start. Let's
no,
start.
that's even worse.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right. Let's start with actor in a supporting role. Okay,
Actor in a supporting
actor
role.
in a supporting role.
I think this is the more tame one for me.
So the nominations for actor in a supporting role, forgive me if I do pronounce some of these names wrong. Yero Borzov and Honora, Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain, Edward Norton from A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. So who do we want to win this award? Started off with you, Emma.
To me, there's only one choice. Under this category, I wrote "Who cares."
That's crazy.
The only
There's
one
good
that stands
people.
out to me here is Kieran Culkin.
He's great.
Interesting.
Mm,
The rest of them, who cares?
Damn.
I wouldn't quite phrase
Actually,
it that
all
way.
of them. But hey,
You don't like Guy Pearce?
He did good.
No.
Wow.
he was fine. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's what I'm saying. There's no standout performances, right? None of these.
Because who won it last year?
Is fine in Honora, right? Yeah, he is
Robert
a supporting
Downey Jr.
actor.
Robert Downey was last year.
But
Yeah.
pretty
If
good.
you compare it, that's what I'm saying. You
Right.
You
compare
can't. I feel like you can't
other
compare
things.
a Nolan year. I'm sorry. That's just the
I'm
president.
not
he
compare. I can
said.
compare it to the year before.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Who won in 2020? That doesn't matter.
Kwan.
Kieran Culkin. I
Kieran Culkin's good.
He's
Has he won
good.
anything?
Kieran Culkin, he's won Emmys.
He's been winning.
but-
Okay.
He's been winning a lot of awards the last few
But,
years
like,
for
so
his
nothing like-
Succession.
No Oscars or anything
Well,
like
he hasn't
that.
won an Oscar,
He hasn't
but
been in movies. He's been busy with shows.
he's
and
now
stuff.
won a Golden Globe. He's won a bunch of Emmys now.
Because I do think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can be a little more constructive in my reasoning. I did pick also Kieran Culkin just because I think the character is like super relatable for a lot of people who like
Okay.
want to be
Yeah.
just say what they want to say and not like be kind of scared of how people are going to react to them. But not to say the other people did bad. I think I was the only person who watched The Apprentice here.
I
Yeah,
did
I
not
think
watch
so.
The
I think
Apprentice.
so.
Yes.
It wasn't
So,
streaming anywhere.
Jeremy Strong. That movie's actually, ironically enough, like politics aside, that movie is shot really well. There's a lot of scenes in that like really resonate with me, and Sebastian Stan really like convinced me he
Well,
was
dude,
strong.
I've seen videos of his mannerisms. Like his mannerisms go crazy.
Yeah, but so Jeremy Strong in that one, for me, like the reason he didn't get picked for me is like through and through, it's kind of the same character that's on Elevation, but he plays like that scummy lawyer so
Mhm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. Like I think it was a phenomenal play by him, but I think Kieran Culkin is just more and like relatable, and it's a very like important
Like he was
background
more
to it as well.
dynamic than the
Yeah,
other ones.
like it was also very like it was a random like comfort movie out of nowhere.
right?
That,
Yeah, I loved it.
and like everything was cool. Other than that though, like I'll agree with like the Edward Norton pick. Like it's kind of whatever. Guy Pearce
Yeah.
did fine, and then Yura, dude, you did good, but like I don't know if you shout out my I'll let you shout him out later.
For what?
Who should have been in there
Wait.
for Sing Sing?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, Kieran Culkin is also my pick for
Okay.
Real Pain.
Birdo.
So I have not seen A Real Pain,
Mm.
but Kieran Culkin was still my pick.
You would like it a lot.
Yeah, it's dude, you
I
would.
think I would, based on like what I know very little about it, but based on what I know, I'm like, that seems like a me movie.
Mm.
But also out of all these actors, Kieran Culkin is the one I just like the most too.
Yeah.
Like I do like Guy Pearce.
You love Guy Pearce.
You're really thinking like
He
an
did-
Oscar
you-
voter over here.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did
you-
good though.
He's my friend. So
Yeah.
Guy Pearce. Yeah, did you see the Brutalist or no?
no. So it was mostly
It's not-
inaccessible until
yeah.
today.
I get that.
Yeah, I had to
And
go see it in theater when
I just didn't have the time to watch
He-
it today.
He did good. It was just kind
Mhm.
of the tone.
That's what I'm
It was very
saying.
like, but again, that's I guess watching the movie. That's kind of how the movie like he's
Yeah.
portrayed
Right.
as like that.
I'm definitely gonna watch it probably this week, because it's out of all these movies, it's the one I'm the most interested in seeing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna dive deep later.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin, because I think that man deserves a win though.
Hmm.
I would
In the
say
movie space.
In the movie space, yes.
He has his flowers,
he.
but I
That's
just
what I'm
think he
saying.
was
Kieran
the best
Culkin,
out of them, in my opinion.
Kieran
So,
Culkin does have his flowers, but you know who doesn't have their flowers is Guy Pearce.
That's true.
I
too.
don't think that's why I picked Guy Pearce. Now, who really should be winning this award is Clarence Macklin
Oh
from
my
Sing
god,
Sing,
dude.
who 100% should have been nominated for his performance in Sing Sing. And I mean, Jaden, I know we were talking about this movie
The
as well, and just how
story.
much we loved it.
Yeah.
And I think it also just would have been a great story because Clarence Macklin was actually in the program, the theater program at Sing Sing when he was incarcerated at that prison. And this would have been like such a great like second chance story, like American Dream story. He's got,
yeah, what a trajectory.
right? Like
his
from,
only
from
movie.
acting
Yeah.
in prison to being nominated at the Oscars, like how inspirational would that have been?
Yeah.
And he killed it. Like he was stealing scenes from
It-
Coleman Domingo.
It was not a pity role. It would not be a
No.
pity nomination. And there's actually a lot of the cast is from Sing Sing.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. So what a great movie, and
Mhm.
what a shame. Shame on you if you're an Oscar voter watching this. Shame on you.
Yeah, he absolutely should have been nominated. I did pick Guy Pearce. I mean,
No, that'd be number 2 for me.
Yeah.
That'd be number 2. It was. I would say it's
It's
between
definitely
those
number
two.
two.
because I think it also sucks. I don't know if you saw the Variety article that came out like a month ago. No, it's nothing like bad, but
No, I know what you're gonna say.
yeah, how he did Memento with Christopher Nolan. And then Warner Brothers, an executive at Warner Brothers, was like, I just don't get Guy Pearce. I never will get Guy Pearce. So that's why they never hired him back.
What do they mean by they don't?
I
get
don't
him?
know. I don't know.
Like, they just don't like him.
I don't know. Maybe
Do
they
they think
don't
his
get
mouth
his
is too
acting.
big or something?
Too big for what?
They have
I don't
their,
know,
They
like-
have their reasons, I'm sure.
I don't know.
But he said he wasn't good.
Right. So
That's
he's like,
ridiculous.
so he's like, I'm just not gonna, hire him for a Christopher Nolan movie.
I don't
again.
think I've ever seen Guy Pearce in a role that I didn't like him in.
Right.
It is kind of a similar story though, like to the 2023 Oscars, like when all of the like when Brendan Fraser won Best Actor,
Right.
and then Ke Huy Quan got to win after because they all
Mhm.
took such long breaks from acting or
Mhm.
long breaks from having good work in general,
Right.
and then they get to come back and then win big.
Mhm.
Right? It's kind of like an FU to all these people who didn't
Yeah.
believe in them. I
Yeah.
don't remember if we're allowed to curse or not.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
You're-
this
you're
is,
allowed to curse.
so-
Garrett is on this podcast. Of course, you're allowed.
I know he can't control
Garrett
himself.
can't not curse.
Yeah.
So
he can't control
also
himself.
shout out the Christopher Nolan subreddit, because when that news story broke from Variety,
Mhm.
the top comment said he just forgot how good he was because of Memento. so
Ah.
I love
That's funny.
His
They're
career
just-
trajectory is going in reverse.
Yes, that was so witty. I just
That
had to
is
share it
funny.
because, like, dude, Guy Pearce, you were great, dude.
Did Christopher Nolan like Guy Pearce?
He loved Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
Now it's like, why? Yeah, you're saying why couldn't Nolan back him up
like
more?
override it.
Nolan,
right?
Nolan
Yeah.
didn't have that status.
Not yet. You're kind of right.
Studios,
Yeah,
like, this
yeah.
was his first, because he had Insomnia, but then after Insomnia was, I think Memento came
Mhm.
after. He still
No, no,
wasn't.
it was
Memento was
Memento.
like his
Memento was
first,
first.
hit, though, right?
Memento
yeah.
was his first. Insomnia was his first big studio production.
Yeah.
Memento is
Was
what
before
took him
that?
off.
His first
Yeah.
commercial success.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
he didn't have, like, but now, like, if someone was like, hey, you can't use
Right.
Matt Damon, he's like, okay, I'm going to go to a different studio, which kind of happened. That's why he's
Yeah.
at Universal now.
Yeah.
True.
Because Donna Langley, like,
Mhm.
works with him.
But I
lets
feel
him
like
do his
Christopher
thing.
Nolan already has his actors that he like
Well, he writes
Of
keeps
course.
around.
he writes stories for people,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not because he hates them. It's just,
Yeah.
and I know there's the whole myth about him never recycling a lead. It's kind of true so far.
Interesting.
Guy Pearce and Odyssey win.
Ooh.
Maybe he's next.
Ooh. Maybe.
You're gonna be an Odyssey.
All right. Let's move on to actress in a supporting role.
Oh man.
This was a tough one.
So the nominations for actress in a supporting role, we have Monica Barbara in A Complete Unknown. Barbaro, my bad. Thank you, Jaden. Monica Barbaro in A Complete Unknown. Ariana Grande in Wicked. Felicity Jones in The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini in Conclave. And Zoe Saldana and Amelia Perez.
Take us away.
Ooh.
Okay.
Take us away.
So next to this one, I also wrote "Who cares."
Bro, stop.
The supporting.
They're supposed to be professional.
This is professional.
You got to remember her
No, I'm just-
title.
I know,
Worse than an
I
average
know.
film, bro. Come
That's
on.
Also,
True.
professional hater.
And am I wrong?
Professional
though?
hater.
Do
Yeah,
you
professional
care?
Honestly, I do.
You
I
feel
don't.
you feel
like,
particularly passionate about any of the actors who are nominated in this
I
I
don't.
category.
love Felicity Jones.
I do. Okay, I love Felicity Jones.
and
Is this really the role where you want her to win big?
and then
You haven't even seen it.
I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you.
until that Taco Bell check clears, I'm gonna act like this is the greatest thing of my life. But as soon as we
Okay.
leave here, Film Bros, you know. All right, go ahead.
So I have a write-in candidate, Margaret Qualley.
Okay.
I'd agree with
In-
that.
in
I
the
mean, yeah.
substance, She's the only pick
Yeah.
to me that would have, like, if she was on the board, I would have picked her.
Right.
She should be on the board.
I agree.
I'm
She
actually
should be on
surprised
board.
she's not.
Fucking Isabella Rossellini is in this movie. This is such
Yeah.
a fucking Jamie Lee Curtis
5 minutes.
Yeah.
it's like,
thing.
dude,
if she
Yes,
wins,
she
it's a
had like 2
cameo.
lines.
It's a cameo role, and she speaks about 10 words of dialogue
Right.
in the entire
and it's
movie.
like, she's not bad, but it's like, that
Dude, she's-
was not a
She
supporting
surely
role.
delivered those 2 lines like her heart.
30-second
with her heart.
monologue.
With her heart. Do I care? No.
Yeah.
Because the movie's not about her. She's not supporting shit.
No.
It's also not like a hate towards her. It's just taking away from people who should be there.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know, it's not
Where-
her fault.
You know, in something like The Substance, she's basically like their deuteragonist.
She's
at
also
a certain point.
she's a lead too. Like, she's in the movie. Like, why? You know what I
yes,
mean?
she,
It's a
she shares the
shame.
screen and she
Kills it.
steals every scene that she's in. Anyway, I picked Monica Barbaro. If I had to pick from the
Okay.
board,
Jaden.
she's great.
I'd agree. There was a scene I was talking to Emma about before. I think I talked to everybody, but I know Emma saw it. Did you see it, Blake? Complete Unknown?
No.
So I was talking to Emma about this, but there's a scene where her and Timothy Chalamet are like on stage singing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after they're at, like, they kind of hate each other and they kind of like fall back. It's a really good scene. Like, it's really, like, I think powerful in the
Mhm.
sense that it is. So I also picked Monica Barbaro, but I am in the minority on this, which is really funny because I didn't see
Yeah.
myself being here.
Did she make you care about Bob Dylan?
No.
Nothing about that movie can make you care about Bob Dylan.
So the pick was so close between her and, I dare I say it, Ariana Grande, because
Mhm.
like I think she was on Nickelodeon, so we have this image of her as like Kat from Victorious,
Mhm.
right?
And her pop star image.
And then her
Yeah.
pop star image, and then she gets casted. People fucking hate it because they're going crazy for Wicked. It's been the running for
Yeah.
the director's been attached to this since 2018,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a huge deal, and you're casting Ariana Grande. People did not like it. I think she goes on the screen, she fucking kills it because it's a role like literally perfectly suited for her. It's like bratty, it's kind of like childish in a sense.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be kind of like dumb funny, but she does so well, and I wouldn't be mad if she won. I think it'd be completely deserved.
I'm gonna piggyback off of you because I did write down Ariana Grande. For this.
So, but that's how close. And I honestly, I'm voting for both in a
Yeah,
sense because
because
it's
like
so good.
I don't like. I think Zoe Saldana is clearly the best part of Amelia Perez.
That's not saying much.
I just don't.
But
I just don't want Amelia Perez to win any awards. Like, here's the thing: I wouldn't be. That's the only category where I'm like, if Amelia Perez does win, I'd be like,
Whatever.
fine,
It's gonna happen.
fine.
though.
Because here's the thing: she, has deserved her flowers since like for her motion capture work.
not for this role.
No,
bro.
agreed. But the Oscars are becoming about legacy wins now.
Yeah.
So, but I did
just-
pick. Yeah, I wrote
'cause-
down Ariana Grande because I thought also she was funny as hell.
dude.
Mhm.
I'm trying
I
to think
can
of the
agree with
scene.
that.
Like just every time she like flicked her
Yeah, yeah,
hair,
yeah.
like that's so fucking
Yeah.
stupid, but it was hilarious.
It was. I thought
Like,
she
it's-
just kind of flowed well and had good chemistry
It
with everyone.
didn't get
and-
old. Like she played
yeah.
like a likable bitch.
Yeah, she was a likable bitch. Yeah.
I don't know if I liked her.
I didn't
But-
like I didn't
not supposed
hate
to
her.
like
You're not supposed to
No,
like
yeah,
her, but it's like
I'm sorry,
but Ariana does she's very charismatic and like it so it's
No, I agree with that.
yeah.
I will say, I think a lot of people write off Ariana Grande's acting skills
Yeah.
because
She-
most people do
yeah.
forget that she started as a kid on Broadway.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was
Yes.
like that's her start
She was
as
in
an
what?
actor.
She was in like Matilda or something.
Some-
Not Matilda.
some
Right.
good.
Spring
Just-
Awakening? No, that was Leah Michelle. But still, same thing.
Something
Because
like that.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even I forgot. I was like, I don't know if I like Ariana Grande in this, and I like her as a musician, And
No,
then
I don't like her as a musician,
So
Well,
but
she is good.
I did like her in
Just-
Wicked.
just for the sake of tradition, because I think I brought it up every episode, your credibility with musicals just gets pulled because you're La La Land rating, bro. I just have to. I'm joking, but I just gotta let the people know that you gave it a star.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. So, but I do like musicals. So,
That's fair enough. No, I think she killed it.
All right, who do you
Well,
have? For,
yeah, what'd you put,
Berto?
Berto?
so I'm gonna
So
go
Saldana.
with Ariana Grande for like
Whoa.
deserving of this award in this category.
Yeah.
She's not my favorite actress in this category. That would go to Felicity Jones.
Okay.
But
Just
Yeah.
generally, yeah.
yeah,
That's fair.
Just generally, yeah.
Yeah,
she
that's
did.
fair.
She did good, but
Yeah, but
she
Ariana
wasn't
Grande,
really
like,
that long.
just that role in general felt the most fulfilling.
written for her.
Yeah.
Like who else
Yeah.
could have done good? That good?
Because, like, and piggybacking off of what you said about Zoe Saldana, she's a great actress,
Yeah.
but
Phenomenal.
she was flat in that movie.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
not just the singing, just the acting. It was just.
Singing was flat too.
But
And
that's
I'm sure she did what she could with what she had.
That's what I was gonna, but that's the thing is like where do we draw the line? Like
Right.
to be
Right.
fair, she did take on this like they read the script and they sign
Right.
on to the script.
Yes.
So it's like we can sit here and say, oh, we can excuse it, but at the same time, everyone fucking read that and
Yeah,
we're
it's
like,
like I can't say you did the best of what you were given because you wanted to do what you were
yeah,
given.
like but
Yeah.
you weren't in a screen like a reading and you're like penis to vagina, this is gonna make
Yeah.
everybody go crazy. Like
This is gold right here.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like you're
so at a certain point, yes, it's not on her, but at a certain point
No,
it is because she
it's-
picks what she takes on.
It's like, I think she deserves an Oscar. Definitely.
Not for
Not
this.
for this.
but
not
you know
for
what's gonna
this.
happen? She's gonna win. I feel it.
She's gonna win. You're right.
Yeah, it's
she
in my
is gonna
bones.
win.
That's the legacy.
Because I think this,
Whatever.
it's the worst performance I've seen from Zoe Saldana. actually.
yeah, in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Gamora.
Yes, I prefer Gamora to this.
Gamora
role.
is
absolutely.
much better
Gamora's
than this.
great.
Or
Yeah.
Avatar. Like,
That was also much better.
That's what she should have got the Oscar for. That's why they're like shit.
Yeah.
but you know, I mean,
yeah, she should have got it for Way of Water. Yeah.
Yep.
baby girl. Shout out Drake. Sexy songs for you is
What?
streaming everywhere now. It's really good.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
moving. Are we going to leads now?
we are gonna go to
Shiesty,
leads.
y'all. No.
Let's start it off with
Please.
actress in a leading role.
dude, please.
This is the most like.
All right. Actress in a leading role. The nominees are Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Carlos Sofia Gascon, and Amelia Perez. I can't even
Shit.
say that.
Why?
Okay. Mikey Madison and Honora, Demi Moore in The Substance, and Fernanda Torres, and I'm Still Here. I'm not gonna lie, those last three make it tough.
Bang, bang, bang.
Mhm.
Those last three make it tough. Do you want to start reverse this time?
Sure.
Whatever
Okay.
you want. Your
So
show.
we have some good ones here. I did choose Mikey Madison for Honora.
Wow.
I did.
Fair.
I think it's very possible we see Demi Moore get a win.
I agree.
I think, And I'm not saying it's not deserving for the substance, but I'm saying in terms of also the trend of the legacy ones as well. And,
Yeah.
she's been in the business how long? Also, I had no fucking idea that she's 62 years old.
She doesn't look it at all.
I was like, she's like 48, 50 years old.
Her surgeon.
Is she
Incredible.
Is she winless in the Academy?
Yeah, she's win this across like
Dude,
every award.
That's
Yeah.
so wild. How do we have so many like great actors?
That's what I'm saying.
Not, like,
Maybe she just doesn't have the right friends.
True.
right studio, basically.
But yeah, I
Mikey
did pick
Madison.
Mikey Madison. I really liked the tonal change in Honora after the first act happens. Like when I was watching the first act, it was very much so, a fun, it felt like a Gen Z type fun movie, a lot of partying shit. And
So good.
once that tone shifted and it started to become like a more dry humor and more witty and more serious, I was like, okay, I'm really liking this. And the way it ended too, which was, I think the ending is what seals it for me for Mikey Madison. And it's crazy because I think Mikey Madison, earlier in the year 2024, people were betting the house like, oh my God, this is her award. I mean, Honora had won the Palme d'Or for in Paris, or no,
At Cannes.
Cannes. Yeah, Cannes. And it was just winning, all the international awards as well. So people were betting the house on Mikey Madison and even Angelina Jolie, who didn't even make this category. So it was kind of shocking to see Honora walk away with 0 wins at the Golden Globes. I was really shocked at that. And now it's starting to make its return that Emilia Perez is in fucking the doghouse now. So I have Mikey Madison for my pick, an actress in a leading role.
Nice.
Okay. I went with Demi Moore for the
Mhm.
substance
Mhm.
because A, she has always been an incredible actress just since the beginning. And B, it's like in a movie like this where it's like, it's kind of horrifying.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny, but it's also serious.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty relatable.
Yeah. And it's like, she pulls all that off really well.
Mm-hmm.
And just,
Thinks the bathroom scene that.
yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, true.
Like that bathroom scene's
Or
She's
she's
getting ready for the date.
yeah, when she's wiping off the
Mhm.
makeup.
Oh my
and-
God, bro.
And it's, I don't know, she elicits like emotions. Like I feel something when I see her on screen. I can't really say the same for Cynthia Erivo. Like,
See, and it's like her singing's fantastic, but how much
Right.
are we taking that into a factor
right.
for
No,
this?
she's the best singer in that movie, but
Right.
I just, her performance, like acting wise, it didn't move me in any
Okay.
way. And that movie was supposed to be emotional and it just didn't make me feel anything.
Okay.
And a lot of that's going to be on, the lead actress.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she would have been my second choice. I haven't seen Honora. I plan on seeing it, so I can't really say anything about Mikey Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Bastard.
But yeah, Demi Moore is my pick.
All right. Oh man, this was my other tough one, but I'm also going to have to pick Mikey Madison.
Whoa.
So
And we already know Emma's going to. Actually, wait, I
You know what I'm
don't.
gonna say yet.
We don't.
for Nora, I just there's a certain, like, you ever watch a movie and it kind of just gets old really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
A gimmick wears off or a character kind of doesn't evolve or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Like you were saying, Blake, she does evolve throughout the
Mhm.
whole movie. And I love movies that you just have like that front is so like loaded with good things and like you feel like you're there with them having this good old time. And then she finds out like her husband, which was a bad idea that she was with him in the first place, is like an actual complete bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and then she goes batshit crazy. Like I think she just
It's a
kills
batshit
it.
crazy story.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think she just absolutely like just kills it, and it's very believable. And I mean, she looks sexy the whole goddamn movie
Yeah.
too. Like I'm not saying that in like a men like she's so hot, but like just
But
her
yeah.
character, right?
Yeah.
Like and it's really good, and it doesn't ever feel like it's played out, even though we really don't get that much movement in terms of time, right? Like
Mhm.
what is it, like a day?
1 week.
It's like 1 week basically, or no, it's maybe like a week or two.
it's like a few weeks, but
Because he was there probably a couple of days
Yeah.
before, and then she's with him a week.
it feels very
yeah, but
like everything is.
But as soon
there's
as
nothing stale.
as soon as her his parents come,
Yeah.
or
It's
and
a
everything,
whirlwind. Yeah.
yeah, and then like it's just that whole scene is so funny, and just really works. And again, it's one of those movies that's just like I don't know if I could ever watch again. Kind of like Parasite, you know.
I gotta watch Parasite again.
But it just makes you so uncomfortable. But like not as uncomfortable as Parasite, obviously. But no, I think she killed it, and she's only 25.
I think that's another reason
Unfucking
why
believable.
I would probably like to see it as well.
Yeah.
Just for the young generation.
And also, you
That
got
could also be a reason why she doesn't win, though.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
Shows so
the
much.
fact that she's nominated in general is amazing. And again, you got to think about like the studio she has behind her. She doesn't. I don't think Anora was produced by like a big.
It was a
Neon.
Neon.
So it's not like a huge. you think,
Neon's,
like,
Neon's starting to get up there.
but
They're
you're
becoming like the A24.
you know what I mean. But they don't have like
They're the new indie studio on the block.
Yeah.
But they're also like their physical media release got picked up by Criterion, which
Right.
happens when you don't have
Right.
either you don't care or you don't have the money
Right.
to like get
Yeah,
it
yeah.
properly done, you know.
Yeah.
So they're still like getting up there, but that's what I'm saying. Like you can go so far with like the right lead in the right script.
Mhm.
My points.
Mhm.
I think she did really well.
Yeah.
What you got? I'm worried.
You're
I'm worried
worried?
too. So this category is so hard for me because the entire back half of it, to me, are all deserving for the exact same reason, which is that in Honora in The Substance and Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here, I think all got the nomination because their performances are so. It's the same, but it's also different, right? They're so human, right? Like it seems very
Authentic.
authentic and tangible to me, especially in Honora. Mikey Madison, I've met her. You know what I mean? If you're
Right.
a girl,
Yeah.
if you're a girl, you're
Okay.
watching this, you've met Ani. I know so many women who are exactly like her.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like say that she's not deserving of it, but I did pick Fernanda Torres.
Whoa.
Because she, I know you guys haven't seen I'm Still Here. She's so moving. And in terms of not a legacy one necessarily, but it's very rare that Brazilian movies or Brazilian actresses in general get nominated at the Oscars. So I think that it would also be very
Yeah.
relevant in the same way that a Demi Moore win could be.
Mhm.
But I did love Demi Moore in The Substance. She would be my second pick if not Fernanda
Okay.
Torres. Like, I think it's the back of it. It would be like number one, Fernanda, number two, Demi, and then Mikey.
I thought you were flexing. You said I've actually met her. And I was like, what? What did you mean?
No,
Mikey
I've
Madison,
met
I've met
bro?
that. I've met but
No, I understand what you're saying, but
yeah.
I thought you were saying you met Mikey Madison. I was
Oh, no,
like,
I wish.
when, bro?
I
When the
wish.
fuck did you do that?
No. If I met Mikey
Um,
Madison, I would not be here.
Bold. That's a bold assumption.
I'd have work to do.
There you go. That's a better way to put it.
All right.
That's gonna be a tough one. And
Yeah, I think that one is going to be interesting.
That's the one that I think they're
Yeah.
actually gonna have to
I think so.
do,
I-
do some
even
work
if
for.
be close.
even if it went like I don't think it's gonna go to Cynthia. Even if it did, like I wouldn't be mad. But again, the recurring theme, folks, that you guys are gonna keep on hearing is that
Yeah.
if it goes to Amelia Perez, we're gonna have fucking issues.
What's
Right.
wrong?
You
Yeah.
don't know. Like we don't know. That's what's scary.
I know.
I'm anxious.
I just feel like even Cynthia Erivo would kind of make me upset because I it's like a musical theater type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's over the top. But I think that Demi Moore did a more theatrical, over the top, exaggerated type of character better than
Yeah.
she
No, yeah.
did.
I'm not saying I would rather Cynthia
I'm
win.
just
Like
saying
she's
either
my
of the
fourth.
either of the first two would just make me a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Actually, Carla would make me a bit upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't.
Carlo would make me a lot upset.
We don't got to talk about it.
I'm not going to.
We'll talk about it as a
Twitter
whole.
crash
as a
out was
movie.
severe.
I was about to say, if anyone doesn't know by now, Carla has an interesting past
She made some
tweets.
interesting comments. Yeah,
She made some interesting
definitely.
comments on Twitter.
Managed to piss off everyone.
Everyone.
Except the Oscar voters.
Except the Oscar
Apparently.
voters.
Apparently, yeah.
So, but again, this is. I'll say this real quick too, so we can address it now. But like Netflix, Amazon, like they release their movies a week
In theaters.
They have to.
Yeah.
to be. So they were not planning this movie to be a box office success. They were planning
Right.
this movie to be like almost like a trophy wife, right? Like, and then Netflix has all this money. They're lobbying their voters to get at least nominations because
Mhm.
13 nominations, doesn't matter if you win or not. You got 13 fucking. That's a tied for
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
ever.
And then you
Dude,
can make a bunch
that's
of
how
money
you-
off of that.
That's how you
Yeah.
get people to watch your movie.
That's
Yeah.
as many nominations
it's-
as Oppenheimer.
More.
Yeah. So it's like
Oh my
It's-
God.
it's
Is it
almost
one
like
more?
it's kind of like bullshit though, because I don't want to say like you need to release your movie because there's a lot of indie films I'm sure that don't have money to have like a wide release,
Right.
and they're probably phenomenal. But then you have Amelia Perez who they're milking.
I mean,
the
yeah,
system,
we
you
saw
know?
The Brutalist and Sing Sing barely get a wide release. Like, it took forever to just see those movies.
But they're at least in theaters. It's just people not going to see them because
Yeah.
they're for
Well,
whatever
they're
reason.
also not
but-
in every theater. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
are re-releasing in Regal.
They
the
are.
Best Picture.
Like,
I love that
that's
they do
nice.
that.
I saw Sing Sing and Anora in the same day because those were the only days that they were at the theater
Yeah.
closest to me. So I had to like go see it when I could. So there was Sing Sing at like 3 p.m. showing, and then I had to come back at 10:50 p.m. to see Anora.
Jesus.
Crazy.
Worth
Yeah.
it though.
What?
Worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
it
trying to-
It was a good day.
I'm trying to get to the theater more. That's my like 2025 resolution is get to the theater more. I'll
Mhm.
definitely be seeing the second Wicked in theaters for sure. This first one, I can only
should.
imagine. I might go see it in theaters.
Are you gonna sing in the theater? Like,
See, my thing is, I don't like the songs. Didn't really do it for me. It's just I don't know. I kind of like it. Just
Everything in between.
It was a good time.
Mhm.
It was just a fun time. And also, I love fuck, I don't know his name. But I didn't realize I didn't know he was gay.
Oh, what, the main guy?
Bridgerton guy. Yeah.
What, Jonathan Bailey?
Yeah, he's gay. I didn't know that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Plays a
Well,
really
yeah, I don't know if that's
handsome-
relevant.
No,
he
I'm
just didn't know.
Oh.
Well, no, I had this. There was a scene where first gets introduced, and I told Cass, I said I would fold, and she was like,
And she's like, well, did you know,
"Do
actually?
you know he's gay?" And then
And
she
then
was
you're like, oh shit, I might actually fold.
no, but I forgot how we were talking about. But the conversation ended by telling her I have a better chance with him than she does.
Mm.
Like being like,
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's the. I wasn't just bringing up, yeah, he's gay. But there's
Hey, he's
context
gay. I'm
behind
gonna
that.
go see it in theaters.
No. What is this narrative, dude? You really are a media
You cheat
person
on
now.
yourself.
All right.
Moving on.
Next category. We have actor in a leading role, and the nominees for this are
This is a good one.
Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes in Conclave, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Who's Ray?
Ralph.
That's how you say his name.
You say Ray?
Yeah.
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes?
Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Did he just have he just had a release about people saying his name wrong? Did he not?
Yeah, I've said for years Ralph
Ralph?
Fiennes. That is
Ralph
not how you say
Fiennes.
his
So it's
name.
Ray Fiennes?
It's Ray Fiennes.
So how many silent letters are in his
Exactly.
name?
That's why I fucking hate the English language.
What is he?
That's not even
I
an
don't
English
think that's
name.
English.
What do you mean? He's English. Ray Fiennes, right? Or
He is British, but I'm saying his name is not
what the
English.
fuck is it?
I don't know.
Sounds French.
Mm.
I don't give a fuck.
Fiennes.
All words are made up.
Ray Fiennes.
That's a good way to
Ray
look at it.
Fiennes?
Yeah.
This
Anyway.
is
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph
I mean,
Fiennes.
this got to be the best category.
Lord
out of the
Voldemort
four.
is nominated for.
Yeah.
You mean he who shall not be named?
Yeah. Okay, Emma, coming back to
Yeah,
you.
Another stacked one.
Yeah,
over
this
here.
one's decent.
Yeah, don't say you don't care because you do.
No, I don't care. I mean, I do care.
It's stacked. Who
My-
I was
cares?
gonna
It is,
say-
it is stacked. Don't care.
That's the polar
No, it's
opposite.
the other. This is the. I think the two lead categories are so wildly different from the supporting
Supporting, yeah.
categories.
Mhm.
For I chose Adrian Brody, and it might be recency bias because I finished The Brutalist like 2 hours before I came here, and I was blown away by him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love Adrian Brody in general.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think any movie that he's in, he steals the show.
Yeah.
And he has already won a Best Lead Actor
He has.
Oscar, but I don't care. Give him another one.
20 years ago.
Yeah, what,
2002.
2002 for
That's
the
enough.
pianist.
02.
Yeah, I mean the statute of limitations has
Yeah.
gone up by now.
He's got yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed to win
but
again.
it was
that's the
for me. It was
thing.
between him and Ray Fiennes was amazing in Conclave. He was my other pick.
He's good.
He was very good.
Yeah,
good.
That's the thing though. Fuck voting fatigue, and then fuck like, oh, he's won one before. Let's not vote. Vote
Is that
for
why,
who you want
is that
to
why
vote
Lamar
for.
Jackson didn't win the MVP? Voting
Mhm.
fatigue?
Probably, but I don't know who won it. Saquon-
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen
Dude,
had a good
He
year.
balled though. Come
He
on, he
did.
always balls.
No, for
That's
sure.
the thing about the NFL. You just drop their name in a hat and you pick one. It's deserving. Let's be real.
Josh Allen won at life.
Yeah,
Say
he's
that.
having a very good
Who's
year
his?
right
Who's
now.
his?
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Sorry, she make more.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not bad.
His fiance is Haley Steinfeld. She won the MVP.
Good for him.
Man's winning.
But he still can't beat the Chiefs, so
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. So is he really
Yeah.
winning?
I think if I had seen Sing Sing, I would choose Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet.
So I have
Okay.
seen Sing Sing,
Whoa.
and I did not pick Colin
Okay.
Domingo
Oh.
because I'll just defend it quickly. I think I can't remember.
Clarence Macklin.
Macklin
Yeah.
stole the show.
Okay.
Where
Uh,
it's not like he did better than Coleman, but they bounce off each other so much. Like it should be a dual award.
Yeah.
And Coleman did really, really good. Like he would probably be I'm trying to think who's on that list. I don't want to like because the paper. I don't want to. I guess I could just keep it unfolded. But
Maybe so.
Yeah. Why'd you
Um,
fold it?
sorry.
I can't read
Hold
it
on.
from here.
I'm not looking.
Yeah. Okay. So this was really hard though, because again, Sebastian Stan did really good as The Apprentice.
Have you
Tim-
seen A Different Man?
No.
The Apprentice pick over this, I mean, I haven't seen The Apprentice, but A Different Man seems like the more Oscar-worthy
Yes.
movie to me in general.
No,
Right.
I don't care what the better man has to offer. Sebastian Stan
Do you think?
killed it.
No, he definitely killed it. But do you think because he was portraying Trump, they were like, "Oh, we gotta nominate him"?
I honestly, just knowing what I feel like the Oscar demographic is, I feel like
Mhm.
they're not someone who would vote somebody in just because it's Trump.
Well, but I feel like they did the same thing for Vice when
Right.
that came out.
Yeah.
That movie was like low-key booty. It was
But
not
still-
that good.
The Apprentice, though, like after I watched it, I thought about it a good bit because it's one of those things where like if Trump didn't exist and you just watch this movie, you're like, wow, this guy's life is crazy.
Well, if Trump didn't exist, this movie wouldn't exist.
Dude, stop being a contrarian.
But
But
when I watched it, I was like,
because you're
holy
like, "Oh, that's
fuck.
not like I don't see Sebastian Stan," is what you're saying.
No, well, yeah, I don't see Sebastian
You know what
Stan,
I
but I'm
mean?
like, this actually, like, this is somewhat true to
Right.
someone's life. Like, it's pretty intense. But that's not who I picked. I also picked Adrian Brody just because he killed it, dude. Like, to go and make like pushing over a 3.5 hour movie and to give your fucking all in every single, like, every scene felt like he was giving every ounce of himself. That's exhausting, I'm sure, to like constantly be, pushing that, and you just have so much source material. you
Yeah,
can't
and
give,
the emotional turmoil of it as an audience member, I can't imagine
God,
acting in
dude.
it.
Dude, I mean, they had the standing ovation at the film. Like it was, I think,
I think
Italy.
wasn't it that they got like 13 minutes or something?
I think it was. I'm gonna say somewhere in Italy,
Venice?
Like Venice. I think it was the
Venice,
Venice one.
yeah.
They had a 12-minute one, and did you watch how they react to it? Like he starts crying. Like this
He's
is
a
his
very
life,
earnest
you know?
guy,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, he took it for me. Not to say that the other people were not deserving. Again, Timmy got voted for the wrong movie in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Ray Fiennes. Did I say
Ray
that?
Fiennes, yeah.
Ray Fiennes. I think he did really good as but again, I'm not gonna say it was like, I'll say it's like 2D. Like I feel like I've seen this character before.
One note.
You know, like I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen him play this before because I've only seen him as the hotel keeper in Grand Budapest, and I've seen him in as Voldemort.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the only
He
two.
was kind of doing the menu character.
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah,
seen
like,
like,
Conclave.
so the trailers that I've seen, like that's
A
what I'm saying.
little.
Like so I'm not gonna say it's 1D. He did
Mhm.
phenomenal, and I love that movie because of him, regardless of the ending. But he would be like probably my third,
Mm.
Coleman second, and then
Mhm.
Adrian Brody probably first.
Okay.
I think he'll win. Like genuinely, I think he should win. But yeah, so sorry.
Berto, who do you got?
I went with Ray Fiennes for
Ray
Conclave.
Ralph.
Ray
I
Fiennes.
just Ray Fiennes. God,
We'll get it by the end of the episode.
Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph. Sorry, Ray.
Ray Fiennes. I just watched the Conclave today though, like probably an hour before this or 2 hours before this.
We're bad at
So
prep.
that's fresh in my mind still. But he was the one that kept me interested throughout the
Right.
whole movie though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Truth.
and he's on camera a lot.
Yeah, I will say he does keep the drama like very intriguing. He keeps you captured the whole
Despite
movie.
the fact that he's like mostly neutral throughout of it too.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Is there even
No,
a
but
scene?
he's still so invested.
Is
yeah.
there even a
Yeah.
scene he's not in?
there may be like 2 scenes
Maybe,
he's not
yeah.
in, but that's
No, but
about
like
it.
I'm serious. Like think about it. Is
Yeah.
there? I don't think there's a
Well, that
private
whole movie,
conversation.
it's almost like a bottle movie. All of it takes place in like the same location.
No, but you have like 2 side characters talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
I think he literally was a part of.
He's in
damn
like every
near-
conversation.
I think
yeah.
every single scene.
Well, he's
in.
investigating everybody too. So it's
Yeah.
like,
That. I will say the movie does do a really good job of bringing up like moral quandaries.
yes.
Till then.
No, I'm saying, did I say the word right? I'm making sure you're word checking me. Quandaries.
Quandaries.
Make sure I said it
More
right.
quandaries.
No, I'm saying, but like, he's supposed to have this image of like God, but then he's investigating because is he doing it because he's a nosy bitch? Or
It's
is
like
he-
partially his job, but I think he's also like kind of nosy too.
But he
Also,
also,
that is also being worried about image more than you're worried about faith.
Yes,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is
Oh.
there's a lot of that in this movie.
Mhm.
just
Right,
made a
yeah.
connection. They're so worried about image, yet they're in the conclave.
Where no one can really see what they're doing.
How do you care so much? How do you care so much about image when
No,
you're
because-
segregated
yeah.
from the world?
Right.
No, yeah, and
Right.
yeah,
It's
they care
something
a
to
lot
be
more about
said.
how the church looks and doing what's right,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I do.
But,
We'll talk about
yeah.
I guess the movie during best pictures and stuff. But anyway, sorry.
But no,
Ray
he
Fiennes.
because the reason why I enjoyed the movie so much was like, yeah, the ending was kind of like booty,
A little. A little
but
booty.
More
up until that point though, I was fully invested, and it's almost fully because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he carried that movie. Like
I agree.
Stanley Tucci was in there, and I forgot he was in there.
Yeah, you do forget he's in there.
Don't forget about the nod for best supporting actress.
Isabella.
I mean, she carried, dude. That
She carried.
her shoulders got it. I'm sorry, that's
Listen,
just.
she's great, but she had like 2 lines.
Dude,
It's
she
so
had
hard.
a 30-second monologue.
It's so hard for me to watch or to take Stanley Tucci serious in that movie because he looks gay as hell.
Oh my god! Wait, how?
Them big ass glasses. I was like, you would never become
How-
a cardinal because you're a homosexual. It's so hard for me.
You know what? He does
He looks
give
like a
off,
fashion
he
designer.
does give off homosexual vibes.
He was giving me
How-
fashion designer Christian
Yeah.
Siriano. Well, I was like, what's going on?
How are we not talking about the most fucking dramatic vape ever taken on cinema screen, bro? Like, why was he allowed to vape in the fucking vat? Like,
I do love the shot of all the cigarette butts on the courtyard.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
why
yeah,
was?
yeah.
But seriously, what the fuck? I was so taken out of it when I saw a Letterboxd review. It said like something about being the most dramatic vape. I was like, there's no one vaping in this.
He literally
Dude,
rips like a jewel.
Bro, he had the fucking jewel during the vote for the next pope.
He was stressed, man.
No, he wasn't.
you can't smoke inside.
Okay,
but
he
you
was
can vape
not.
inside.
He was what's called. He was in the driver's seat most of the movie.
For my actor in a leading role, I did pick Coleman Domingo from Sing Sing.
Very nice.
Yeah, there it is, baby. I do think Sebastian Stan should have been in here for a different man.
I agree.
Maybe that's a little biased just because I really liked a different man, but I thought that was a really interesting movie. Almost like body horror too, man.
Mhm.
But no, Coleman Domingo was fantastic, and I think Sing Sing is just a story that's really stuck with me. And I talked to Garrett about this too on another episode of how, you know, there's a lot of aspects in that movie that I can also relate to in terms of, you know, Clarence Macklin's character. There is a stereotype over him, so he's not supposed to be in this theater program. He's not supposed to be vulnerable like this. He's got to be the tough guy on the yard. He's got to be the gangster, like he says.
Yeah.
And I related a lot to that in the sense of, you know, growing up being in sports and specifically football. There's definitely this creative box you're put in.
Yeah.
You know, I would have loved to try like the theater class in high school, but
The
if I did that while on the football team, like you just can't,
it's bad luck.
especially in like the 2000s, 2010s. Like,
have you seen
just
High
can't
School
do that.
Musical? That's basically
That's
the plot.
that's part of the problem.
Yeah, doesn't he get like fucking made fun of?
Yeah,
Okay, then.
and his
My
dad
point
like
proven.
basically calls him gay.
Exactly.
You're gonna throw away your college for this?
I would have been called gay.
No,
but no.
it's true.
I mean, it is true. Like I did feel like you are put, there is a stereotype with, you know, football, and you do get put in this creative box when it comes to that sport. So I related it in that way. And
To be fair, too, the other side of that is that even when he wanted to be a part of their program, they were not completely on board. They were
Right.
actually rejecting him, and
right. Mhm.
they weren't making fun of him in the movie. But you remember they were kind of
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yeah.
We're not picking that guy.
And
Like,
then every
he's-
once in a while, he would like surprise them with,
Yeah.
you know, what he was
And
able to do
then-
and what he knew. And
dude. Oh man,
Yeah.
you got me thinking. That last 15 minutes of that movie, dude,
it's
It's
so
just-
good.
I want
It's
to
so
watch
good.
it so
It
bad.
Yeah,
killed
it's
me.
so good.
it
But
really killed me.
yeah, I was just able to really relate it in that way. And, you know, back to like sports, I feel like Sing Sing is very much so, you know, a black community movie as well.
Yeah,
And football is very much so, you know, a black community with sports, and it kind of mingles in with each other. So yeah, it just really stuck with me.
no, it's
And
phenomenal.
Coleman Domingo, I'd like to see him get a win.
It's I mean, yeah, he got nominated for Rustin.
Rustin last year.
Yeah.
But that was just
But Rustin
felt-
was not good.
It's just like a biopic kind of situation again. Which please stop making.
I mean, you
I'm
like
sick.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah, but it's a Nolan movie. You know, like it's just different. I don't know
It's
how
a
to.
Nolan biopic.
I
It
don't.
is
I don't want to
different.
like.
You don't want another
Okay, you know what?
Maestro.
That's fair, actually. You're right. But he did it better than just like
He did.
you know, because like again, Bob Dylan did not have an
Yeah,
interesting
I feel
life.
like you look at it even this year because I mean, not that the Brutalist, the Brutalist is structured like a biopic.
I feel
even
like
though
it's somebody.
even though it's
yeah.
a fictional character,
Mhm.
you look at that versus like the storytelling of A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, he's a womanizer in the '60s.
It's
who
completely
wasn't.
different and it feels different.
And he liked drugs.
I felt more for the fake guy
Laszlo.
Right.
for Lazo and
Mhm.
Brutalist than I did for Bob Dylan, who is a real breathing human being.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy. That's not how it should operate.
Yeah.
So that's the question, though. Is it on a complete unknown for not capitalizing and or picking a bad person, or is it on
It's on their screenwriters
The
and directors
brutalist.
for not being good visual
you know what I'm saying?
storytellers.
Or is it on the brutalist for developing just such a captivating, believable story and delivering it so like strong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I
it
guess
goes
the
both
problem
ways.
is with biopics as a genre. I think it's with the execution of them
Yeah.
as a medium for storytelling.
What about
Yeah.
Better Man?
I guess.
I didn't see Better Man.
I haven't
so.
seen it because I don't know who Robbie Williams
Yeah.
is.
So what the fuck you bring? Whatever.
Because it was a biopic, but it was done in like a different way.
But
He's like a CGI monkey.
like
Yeah.
I do agree with you. Like Sing Sing is this. It's a story. It's a weird story about like freedom in prison.
Mm-hmm.
That is their freedom. That's the only thing I got is this theater program, and you guys really should watch it. I don't know what it's on.
It sounds
but
inspirational.
I think it's
honestly.
coming to streaming on something very soon. If
Yes.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
many of
like-
these are still kind of hard to like find.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
Timothy
Well,
should have
no,
been
you
nominated
can-
for his other movie,
Agreed.
Dune.
Lisa Nagai.
Dune
Yeah.
Part 2.
Well, if he
yeah.
was up here for Dune, I would have picked him.
Yeah.
I would have too.
I
might have.
It would-
I
it would
would have
still-
made it tougher. I
It
will
would
say
still
that.
be, yeah, it would make
Yeah.
it a lot
I
tougher.
might-
Yeah.
But good for him. I mean, I think
Good for
Timmy.
him.
I think Timmy played fine. Bob
Was
Dylan. It's
Wonka
just-
this year or last?
Last year.
2023.
It was last Christmas.
Oh, did he have a nomination for that last?
No.
I don't think
The man's
got
been busy.
anything.
He's been. I feel like he's been
busy.
working nonstop though.
He has
Yeah.
been.
Bro, he got.
He has been since Call Me by Your Name.
Shit.
Yeah.
Really,
No,
he's,
but
he's always been consistent.
But especially in the last since
the last couple years, he's been booking a lot of bigger projects.
Yeah.
Songs and all.
Hey. No.
No, okay, but that's crazy. So that's big four out right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Big four. Got some other big ones too, but let's
have
move
some
on to
Some sides.
animated feature film.
Oh,
Next on the list, the nominees for this category are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot.
oh.
Who should
Shout
start?
out all you animators. You guys are
Crazy
The
year.
real, you're the real heroes.
I'll start with this one.
Shocker.
Yeah, I'm gonna campaign for Flow to win this for sure.
Yeah.
There's I haven't seen Memoir of a Snail. I don't know where that is streaming.
I don't
I'm
even
saying
know.
sometimes the movies are just like they're
Yeah.
so obscure that it's
Yeah.
not just. And
Mhm.
that's a shame that we can't.
I know.
Like, can't the Oscars have like a streaming fund? Like these
Yeah.
movies that don't have the money. No, seriously, they should.
I did. The Wild Robot was
Close second.
very high on a lot of people's lists. In terms of DreamWorks as well, like a lot of people have been praising the Wild Robot. I don't think I left the theater with the same feeling that some people had from the Wild Robot. Like I enjoyed it, but when I watched Flow, I really felt a lot. I mean, yes, I'm gonna be biased here. I have a black cat, so I watched it. I watched it with my black cat on my
That's
chest,
so good.
and my God, did I get emotional during that movie?
no, it's good.
But it's like no dialogue whatsoever, and you still feel so much emotion in that movie. And oh my God, the cute,
animals, dude.
cute little baby noises from all the animals. It's just
Yeah.
adorable. Flow.
I'm not sure I can speak on this category because I have seen none of these movies.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
That's right. You don't like
Well-
Pixar or
It's not that I don't like Pixar. It's
How about you just start lobbying for Beyond the Universe now for Spider-Man?
Beyond the
yeah. So
Beyond the-
yeah, if
yeah for four
next
years
year.
later when
if
it's
Beyond the
nominated.
Spider-Verse doesn't win, I'm gonna die.
Nuclear grade crash
But no,
out.
I do want to see the Wild Robot though, and
It's on Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah.
It is on Peacock now.
All right.
I feel like
And
you like
Flow
the
is
Wild
on
Robot.
HBO.
It is.
And those are probably the only two here that I'm interested in anyway. I never cared about Wallace and Gromit.
Why don't you care about
ever.
Wallace and Gromit? Don't be a hater.
All right,
it's the
guys.
last one ever. They ran out of the clay to
you
make
know
the
what's
movie.
weird? You know what's weird?
They literally ran out of
Yes,
the
there's
clay.
no more Wallace and Gromit clay. That's actually a real fact.
What?
Yeah,
Why is there no more clay?
because it's a specific type, and they used all of it to make Vengeance Most Foul. There's no more. They don't make it anymore.
So it's extinct.
yes, extinct clay.
Oh shit!
Seems pretty irresponsible.
You know what's crazy is I think growing up we did watch Wallace and Gromit.
I did too. I just didn't care about it.
I love it.
right. But all
It's
right.
okay.
And it was great.
Moving on. Where was I?
Animated feature
Animated
film.
feature film.
Yeah.
of the
so
year.
mine is also Flow
Mm-hmm.
because just again really good and beyond just like I think animals are so easy. Like I feel like I could probably make a movie about animals and do really well.
Mm-hmm.
Just kill the dog at the end and it'll probably do well.
Hey.
Like you know,
It'll tug at everyone.
Why you always have to kill the dog?
Why you gotta
though?
go full Marley and Me every time?
or Benji. If you know Benji, it's
Benji.
shout out. Benji is my real exposure to the evils of this world.
But it's also a
God.
pretty interesting universe as well
So-
that Flow is set in.
That's what I was going to get into, is that you're kind of just thrown into like the situation.
Yeah.
And also some of the like, not the aesthetics is like a bad word, but the visuals that you get are like so beautiful. And then again, we'll get into it later, but the score of this movie too,
Score is great.
it pairs so well.
Yeah, it does.
And you're kind of just sitting here like, as the ensemble kind of gets
Yeah.
bigger, you're excited to see them kind of take on these challenges. And
Mhm.
if only that fucking damn cat could stop falling into the damn
Oh my
water,
God,
bro.
that's when I would get the saddest, bro.
Yeah, but so for me, I think I saw it best. Again, shout out this random letterbox user. They said this is the real Avengers. Was this group of animals? If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean, because they do fight. Well, they don't. They kind of fight. They fight together.
Yeah. It almost seemed, because being an animal movie, I don't know how often people have been talking about the themes of this movie as well, but it almost seemed like a very Noah's Ark
Yeah,
type movie.
like a flood story.
Yeah. Flood
Um,
story, and it takes place where animals do live past humans. I think
Yeah.
humans are extinct in this movie at this point.
Damn.
I mean, it's
yeah.
got to be. But that's like I said. That's also like the theme. It's an impending doom of.
Mhm.
I'm sorry for spoiling it, but it's like a constant water that's rising and rising
Yeah.
and rising, and then the ending, you're kind of like, you're like, okay, like,
Well, in the end too, it's like
where do we go now?
right, and also you see a certain scene where it's like not everyone is really gonna make it through this,
Yeah.
depending on the situation. Like you see all the land animals really having to go through adversity because of the water rising, but then what happens when that water disappears and all the like water animals who are trapped on land. So there's like
Yeah.
it's almost like a flow needs to be happening within the environment itself.
Flow, the name of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I think also the ending of that movie hits home too, because this black cat just had like the journey of a lifetime
Mhm.
with his new pals, and then the second there's something new happening, that cat takes off, and it's kind of one of those things where it's you have to keep moving. Some people
Mhm.
might be complacent when they get over that challenge,
hmm
but that cat was not. It wanted to go fuck up some other shit.
I fucking love that cat.
That cat was cute,
I
dude. Oh my
think
god.
that's the hardest I rooted for any character this year.
Sounds
I
like I
just
need to watch
again,
Flow.
I just wish it would
Yeah.
stop falling. Every time it fell in the fucking water, dude. I was at work when I was watching
know,
it.
Yeah.
I was like, please. And my boss was like, no, dude. Like, I gotta see what
Back
fucking
off, I'm
happens.
in the middle of something.
No, so but yeah, Flow is my pick for obvious reasons.
All right, Emma.
Moving on.
I did pick Wallace and Gromit.
Whoa.
For the clay?
I feel like that's a sleeper pick.
Not just about the clay. This is honestly for me more so a nostalgia pick. I loved Wallace and Gromit when I
I
was
did
growing
not know
up.
that.
Damn legacy pick.
Yeah, my legacy pick. My legacy win for Wallace and Gromit. Also, just because, there probably will not be another Wallace and Gromit movie, just because of
That's a crazy-
supply. And also, for me, when it comes to animation, claymation always impresses me the most.
It's truth.
It's
I
so
do love
intricate,
claymation.
and I feel like the way that the creators of Wallace and Gromit use it is especially impressive to me. Just like the like almost physicality of it all.
Yeah, I feel like in
Is
terms of
it- yeah.
claymation, it is unique.
Mm-hmm. So it gives it a very distinct style.
hmm
Really good art.
Not to
form.
say that I didn't love the Wild Robot, which I did.
You know what's really
But-
great thing though, I feel like about this category is I think we have really seen animation take a leap in other studios getting, their flowers, and it's not just Disney or Pixar winning this category
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, there wasn't really any big Disney or
Just Inside Out 2.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, but you think for like
I mean, Moana 2 in terms of like big, but it's not getting
blockbuster, yeah.
Yeah.
But like last year, I mean, I feel like they had a good bet last year, if I remember correctly, right?
Did they? Disney?
Can't remember.
Last year,
What won last year?
Mm.
Did they have that crappy Wish movie?
No,
Yeah,
it was
Wish.
it was two. Remember, it was like two. It was the Miyazaki film, so it was Boy and the
Wish,
Heron,
Boy and the Heron
Oh.
won.
and then what was the other
Spider
one?
Verse.
No,
That didn't get nominated.
it wasn't Spider Verse.
Oh, I was just
What
just
was
texting
no
someone.
Oh, I
It was
guess
nominated,
for the sake
right?
of time. You probably should look it up, but no, it was one that we were like, it should win, but it probably won't. Damn, what? Don't tell me when
It
you
was
know it.
animated?
Don't
Hang
tell me
on,
when you
hang
find
on.
out. I
Give me
need
a second.
I need to figure this out. We'll continue with the episode, but I love.
I remember thinking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie got snubbed.
Boy and the Heron won, but I think no. Okay, Spider-Verse was nominated.
Did you look at the list?
Spider-Verse was nominated for Best Animated.
Okay.
It was nominated, and we were like, oh, we think that should win, but they hate sequels. And then the Boy and Heron won, and that was like Miyazaki's last film.
What
so
was that? What else was up there?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
I just remembered.
Is it really Spider? That doesn't feel
Yeah.
like gratifying at all.
Next category, we're gonna move on to cinematography.
Let's go.
This is a tough one.
Ooh, this one
I
has
think
a
this,
couple of
I think this category is actually good this year.
yeah, Amelia Perez.
There's a few boo boo.
I got a
I love
snub.
Boo Boo.
I have a sleeper snub.
Okay. But in terms of like last year, we all knew it was gonna be Oppenheimer. Like I feel like last year's cinematography wasn't that strong of a category.
There was no debate. to be
Yeah, there's
had,
no
I
debate.
think the only debate we had was supporting actress. That was the only
Yeah.
debate for like I think everything else it was
Yeah.
like pretty much Oppenheimer.
Nominees for best cinematography, we have The Brutalist, Lowell Crawley, Dune Part 2, Greg Fraser, Emilia Perez, Paul.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
You're right, he's not winning anyways.
Paul G.
Maria Ed
Lockman.
Lockman.
Say Lucho Hua.
Luchadora.
Dude, that was their one nomination and you just fucked it up.
Is
How
it
do you
their
think,
one?
How do you think Ed
Yeah.
feels?
God.
Fucking hell, dude.
Okay, Maria Ed Lockman, Nosferatu,
Yup.
Jaron Blasky. Jaron Blasky.
Sure.
Oh, you're
Sure.
Let me see.
It could be Jaren. It could be Yaren. It could be.
It could. It could.
I like Yaron Bloschke.
Okay.
What's so funny? I don't fucking
Something about the way you said it.
Okay,
Very American of
we
you.
do have some good nominees this year for cinematography.
Yep.
Would we argue that Challenger should be in here instead of Amelia Perez?
Challengers or queer could be here.
Yeah.
any movie in
100%.
any movie in
Anything over
2024.
Amelia Perez might be the worst cinematography I've seen in a movie ever.
And somehow it's nominated.
Penis to vagina.
And I don't know
This
about
has got nothing to
Maria.
even do with that.
I haven't really seen anything from it, so I'm not sure if it's deserving.
I've seen
What
some stills.
Maria.
It definitely looks
Oh.
better than Amelia Perez, I can tell you that.
A lot of things do.
Yeah.
Again, like, we don't even need
Yeah.
to talk
Most
about
things
this.
do.
Right.
We can just brush past that. But I think
Moonfall's a better movie than fucking Amelia
Moonfall
Perez.
cinematography was lucky good.
I want to
Exactly.
talk about how upset I was by that scene transition where she drops the credit card and it's like, we're zooming into a plane now. Like,
I loved it. That was actually kind of funny though. At least at the very fucking
I
least,
hated it
it was
so
funny.
much.
I just
But to me, yeah, I think Challengers and Queer, like both of Guadagnino's projects from this year, very striking, and especially
Very.
for me, Queer masterclass
we're talking about snubs.
in
I guess.
cinematography, visual storytelling,
Yeah.
the way that it flowed, so beautiful. But pushing past that,
Who's your winner?
me, it's a toss up, but I did end up going with Nosferatu.
Ooh.
My other pick was Dune. Like it was between them for me. The Brutalist also has really, really beautiful cinematography, but I think it kind of
Does.
falls apart towards the end. Not that it falls apart, actually. Not that it looks bad.
Cinematography
I
falls
think,
apart.
but I think
the
it's-
first half has definitely
It's
the best.
more.
we gotta talk about this
That movie.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's I
We
think I
will.
can explain.
But
Hopefully,
yeah, I understand why the style changes,
Mhm.
but I think throughout
it's amazing.
it is amazing. But I think
Train scene.
throughout, I was more taken with
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
No, I agree.
Just the style. In
I
general.
didn't. Spoiler. I didn't pick
Um,
Brutalist.
more up my alley. And of course, I love Robert Eggers. So
Yeah.
I'm going to dick ride every category that Nosferatu is in. Sorry.
Well, especially horror for the Oscars.
Of course.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
really wouldn't. Horror-esque.
It's
Nosferatu
horror.
is a horror movie.
it's horror.
It's horror.
I guess we'll have to go back to our
It's
Halloween
period
episode.
piece. I mean, you could say it's just as much
Yeah.
horror as The Witch easily. Would you define The Witch as
Yeah,
horror?
They're,
I mean,
they're both
it
psychological.
was in my honorable mentions. I guess he got me there.
It did horrify
Um,
him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my snub real quick, and I
Okay.
don't want to sound like a basic bitch, but and I'll explain why very briefly. But the substance, I think, is completely snubbed because
Okay.
the way that shit got shot, I love
Mm.
like those adrenaline ADHD scenes, which like the whoosh, 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 which
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't see that what I'm doing. You have to imagine it when you're listening.
Like when
Like-
she's missing the stabilizer.
But like yes, so stuff like that where it's like I love those quick cut kind of
Mhm.
Mhm.
damn, what's his name? The Shaun of the Dead,
Oh,
that guy, Edgar
Wright.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright. Those
Mhm,
kind of
mhm.
style of shots, I think, are when they're done well. I think do and like also the substance that you had with the substance was so that's my snub. Because I think it did really good.
Okay.
I would have picked that, but off this list, I have to go with Dune Part 2
Mhm,
because
mhm.
I'll agree with the Brutalist. I think it does it really well, but to me, it's more like a slow burn cinematography where I appreciate it for the ride. When I think of cinematography, I'm like, what blew me away when I was doing this? You know what I mean? And for me, like
Mm.
cinematography was it was just good for the Brutalist all around.
Yeah.
Dune Part 2, I think has some of the best like set pieces I've ever fucking seen. I will never get over Paul riding that worm. Oh my god,
I mean, there's a
bro.
few scenes I'm not gonna get over, bro.
The first one though, the first time when he's like when he jumps,
yeah,
and he goes through, and then it's just like in silence, like that's a theater moment that
Dude,
can
and
never
when
be taken away.
you said, I think you said this before, but that scene when he's in the South and he's walking through the crowd of people and it just slowly pulls out from him.
yeah.
brother.
I almost flooded my basement
Bro.
when I saw that in the theater
Yeah.
in IMAX. It was like
Hey,
sexy.
yo.
It
He's
was
got the
damn near-
fucking black
Yes,
cloak
and it's
blowing in the
almost-
wind, the sand in the
Yes.
background just for aura.
Yeah.
That is a
That
beautiful
shit is
The
so
shot.
sandworm in the
sexy.
background.
Like it's
Oh.
hot.
And
The heat wave
The-
coming off the rocks.
The sweeping shots also in general in that movie are also incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
good.
I think also this kind of piggybacks off the cinematography. Like I don't think of Timothy Chalamet as like a macho man. You know what I mean? Like
but you do in Dune.
he's that guy.
So
Right.
commanding.
He really is that
Right.
guy. And you think about like this is the guy who was playing in Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah, he's always just like the scrawny twig
Yeah.
fuckboy.
But then you look and he's okay. First of all, he's Lisa Nagaib, and then he's pulling Kylie Jenner, and then also now
Right.
he's I don't want to say the word, but he
his
has that white
fashion,
energy, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he's back on his bullshit.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And so you're just like,
Little
what the?
Timmy Tim.
And then also, but then on top of all of that, he was Bob Dylan. So you're just kind of confused. You know,
He's an enigma, really.
very much so.
He
But so
is.
my point is though, is like the cinematography captures that so great. It has some of the great set pieces. And then quickly, I'm gonna touch on why Nosferatu didn't make it. I probably put it third for me.
Under Brutalist.
Under Brutalist. For Nosferatu, the reason why it would be second or third for me was because like I love like the atmosphere it builds, which kind of goes on like the production design of things.
Mhm.
But for me, like I guess like I resonate more with like an epic feeling than I do like an eerie feeling. Maybe that's just more like
opposite.
maybe that's like a personal choice just for me.
Well, that explains your choice in Dune.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like for me, like Dune makes me. You're just like whoa, like you just feel like you're there, you
Right,
know,
because
and you feel
it's
part
this
of
sci-fi
something.
world. It's this whole new world that's being created.
You feel a part
know?
of something, and
Yeah.
like you feel motivated almost. But it doesn't mean I can't respect and like appreciate Nosferatu. Am I saying that right, by the way?
Nosferatu.
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 Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
Nos. But yeah, I need to rewatch it. It wasn't like my favorite movie of the year, but I do like. I love The Northman, and I want to give it another chance. And so I think Robert Eggers is like phenomenal. But yeah, so Brutalist. Dune.
Dune Part 2
Sorry,
for
bro.
Jaden.
Brutalist is just on my fucking
Yeah.
mind, dude.
All right, Berto.
All right, so I want to talk about a snub as well in this
Okay.
category. I'm gonna say Furiosa
Ooh.
should have gotten
Okay,
something
Okay,
here
okay.
Dum, dum.
I can
because
vibe with that.
God damn, that's a gorgeous movie too.
It is.
And it still has like that wasteland look that like Dune
Mhm.
has. Less like
Right.
epic, more like rough and like lived in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And some of those sequences, like the cinematography, just makes those like car chases feel so good.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
Easily should have been in there over Amelia Perez.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait. No.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
What
really?
cinematography,
Yeah.
bro.
I completely forgot. I was talking about how good Dune and The Brutalist and Nosferatu. I
I
was
got
like, no.
distracted.
I was like, dude, I forgot where I was for a second. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, cinematography for that. Explain that.
Okay, we really just what is cinematography? Because Maria is like a drama, is it not?
You could have cinematography in a drama.
I know, but like I don't know. I guess.
What are you? I don't know what you're trying to say right now.
I'm
Anyway,
just-
my choice is Nosferatu
Okay.
because just excellent use of shadows
Mm-hmm.
in pretty much every scene that Nosferatu's like aura is in.
Mhm.
Because like he's not
Oh my
there,
God,
but like you
yeah,
see his
but-
shadow, like his presence is there.
He's
And
Right.
always haunting the narrative.
yes,
Mhm.
Even when he's not there. It's so good.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. The visual style of Robert Eggers, unbeatable
Mhm.
across all of his movies.
And the fact that like all of the nighttime scenes looks like a black and white movie.
Right. That was really cool.
That was
Yeah.
incredible.
really cool.
So, like just it's so artistic. I like it.
Mhm.
yeah, and I don't know if it goes into editing, but the color grading on that movie,
Mhm.
I think
really
that-
fantastic.
I guess it depends if I don't know how they because if you use like a certain lens, things could come off differently.
Yeah, I
but-
don't know how it comes off.
I don't
Sorry.
know how it works. I just
Side note, fucking completely forgot, dude. Lily Rose Depp killed
Yeah.
her
Oh
role.
yeah, she was my other one in
for,
lead
so
actress.
would that be for?
Oh,
that'd be for lead or supporting.
Lead.
that'd be lead.
That'd be-
She might have
yeah,
been
that'd be
snubbed.
I'm
That'd be-
thinking I'm not. I don't know if I would say a snub, but just like recognition. She comes
Yeah.
from one of the worst TV shows ever created, and then no one takes her serious. And also
Uh-huh.
like, again, you can say she's a nepo baby if you
Nepo-
want
right,
because of
right.
like the whole
Right.
yeah,
Depp
she's like a
last name,
model, and
which I don't agree. I mean, they still have to. She did good, is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? Like
I'll take her over Carla.
I'll take her over Carla too. And you know,
Yeah.
it's honestly, I did say this already. I should have mentioned it back during the category. Even if she was in the supporting category, she washes every single person in there,
Probably.
including
Yeah.
the people that we
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah, you're right.
My favorite performances, she blows them out of the water.
I think
She
so.
does things
Because here's
with
the
her
thing.
voice and her face and her body
Oh.
that Zoe Saldana cannot even dream about doing.
Her face her contortions went crazy. But no, it's funny you say that because you could easily say that she could be in the same category that Zoe Saldana is, because I feel like Zoe Saldana
They're in the movie
is
the
a-
same
is a-
amount.
is a
The
main
lead.
character.
Yep.
She's the lead. She has
she
so much
feels
screen
a lot
time.
more like the main
Yeah.
character.
She has
than-
so
yeah.
much
Is
screen
this where
time.
politicking is coming from? Because they
I don't know.
they
I
want to
don't
put
know.
Carla in the lead slot, so then they have to like how do you decide?
yeah.
Who decides this shit?
It's because Zoe is.
What's what
Carla
you're
doesn't show up until like almost halfway through the movie.
It's like what you're submitted for.
Yeah.
It's what you're submitted
It's
for.
what
you know what I
submit for,
mean,
But they
though?
submit
Like-
them for the things they think they're going to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just
he's upset.
no,
Yes.
it's fine.
I'm upset.
I'm upset. I watched that fucking movie.
Right.
All right. Well, I think Dune Part 2 should win for cinematography. I just want Greg Fraser to get his flowers, baby.
bit.
I mean,
Well-
he wasn't even nominated for the Batman, bro.
He did the
Right?
Batman.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Dude,
the
I need to get my
Batman.
supporting cast name ups, dude, because he deserves it for that.
Yeah.
one. Bro, the scene of him and Catwoman with the fucking song in the background.
Oh
my-
yeah, trust me, I've had that score on repeat, bro.
Oh, too bad it got delayed.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves,
but
do better.
yeah, Dune Part 2 just looked fucking gorgeous.
Oh my god.
I mean, I went and saw it 4 times in IMAX.
Yeah.
Because how like
Or
4 times.
That's a lot of hours
because of
in
the
IMAX.
because of the visuals and the sound.
I went
like,
3 times.
Oh man, it was fantastic, and not to mention, you know, our introduction to Austin Butler's Fade Ratha,
That was an incredible
dude,
scene.
yeah,
The whole
and
sequence
like the
on.
infrared,
Yeah.
The black and
infrared,
white.
yeah, infrared camera,
so good, dude. Oh yeah, because when he was screaming,
yeah.
so cool. No, that movie's phenomenal.
The final battle between him and Paul during that sunset, or was it sunrise?
I think it's Sunrise.
I think it was sunrise. Yeah. Yeah, so many scenes in that movie, and Emma brought up that scene earlier with him walking into the south with with the sandworm just behind him, the black cloak going, the score, which is also a crime that Hans Zimmer isn't in this category as well, because he used too much of the same themes, or it was like he used 20% reused music, but then you had fucking
because it's all reprise.
yeah, then you had fucking
Oh.
Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny
yeah,
nominated
bitch,
last
like
year.
it's a 20-year-old reprise.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's not to say it isn't
Yeah.
good, but
Hey,
But-
We'll talk about it deeper too with Wicked, but for
Oh,
score
yeah.
and everything.
But yeah, I do really hope Dune can at least grab this nomination. I wouldn't be mad if Nosferatu did. My gut kind of, I feel like it might go to the Brutalist,
Yeah.
but I really, really would like to see either Dune or Nosferatu pull away with
Yeah.
this.
I love
I
the
agree.
Brutalist, but I agree.
Yeah,
Dune or
yeah.
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Next category up on the list that we have is costume design. The nominees for this category, we have A Complete Unknown, Arian Phillips, Conclave, Lizzie Crystal, Gladiator 2, Junty Yates and Dave Crossman, Nosferatu, Linda Murr, and Wicked, Paul Taswell. This is an interesting category, actually. I don't know.
Seeing
It was
Gladiator is so
kinda-
silly to me.
I have a feeling I know it's gonna win.
Okay, do you want to start it off then?
Yeah.
I don't want to
Ooh.
like bounce around.
Okay, I'll start then.
Well, fine.
Well, I can start.
No, it's okay. So I didn't pick what I think's gonna win just because we're not doing that.
Right.
I think I picked Nosferatu because
Okay.
I think the reason why it almost won like cinematography for me is because of like the atmosphere it created.
Mhm.
The costumes have a very big impact on that,
Yep.
and it really did. Again, Robert Eggers movies, whatever period he picks, which is, I mean, they're relatively around the same time.
He goes
right?
like all in on it. Though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So like the outfits were amazing. I thought she was wearing a headband all movie, but it's just her hair, right?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You know,
I mean,
like,
it's a wig, but like, yeah.
well, yeah, I'm
Right,
saying, but
right.
like, that her whole aesthetic, like as a character, is just really. She feels like a widow the whole movie, you know, and like, also Willem. Can't even believe Willem Dafoe was in that fucking. He's a fucking whack job. I love him though. Like, he
no
just
matter
signs up for
how big his
anything.
role is, no matter how big or how minor, you always feel his presence. in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
they're obviously like he does have like the kind of the same. This reminds me of like a Poor Things role. It's kind of similar, like the wacky
Okay.
like
Yeah.
scientist slash doctor.
His nutty
slash-
professor.
He
Yeah.
Nutty
kind of does his
Professor.
goblin laugh in the movie too.
A little.
Yeah.
But yeah, so not Nosferatu and like the other three, like Complete Unknown and Conclave. I mean, dude, they're all wearing the same fucking robes. Like, what are we doing here? The one I think is gonna win though is Wicked. I think Wicked. I don't think the Wicked's gonna.
Why?
Because they're so wacky.
Because they want to give Wicked something.
Yes, I don't think it's because. And to be fair, I think Wicked's outfits were fine.
Yeah.
I think they're good. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not complaining about their outfits. But if I had to pick something, it's gonna be
I
Nosferatu.
think-
But I think that's where they win.
Yeah.
You think musical?
Yeah.
You think production? You think you go all out for it's over the top?
I think they could end up.
I think
Pulling
costume's
that
the
one.
one.
Yeah.
Can I grab this real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, Emma said, like, if you should have a fidget cam, dude. We're literally like, this the whole time, like- sorry.
All right.
But yeah, I
Emma?
think
Oh.
Wicked is like that sleeper. I think it's gonna win just because
I think it's very possible that Wicked does win.
Mm.
Emma.
Yeah, I also picked Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, the Oscars love period pieces as well. That's how I'm thinking
That's
about
what I'm
it
saying.
too.
I think it has a fair shot.
But a
Yeah.
horror-
I don't think it's. If it were, it doesn't
But
matter
it's still
though.
a period piece. Though.
It doesn't matter.
You know what it is? It's the meme, the guy pushing the button. It's like Nosferatu is
Yeah.
a period piece or is a horror piece. Like they have to pick
Yeah.
what they like more.
To me, it doesn't matter that it's a
I
horror
agree.
movie because we're not worried about the plot or the performances. Like the costuming is completely separate from the genre of the
Mhm.
movie.
And it's incredible.
And yeah,
Berto?
I picked Nosferatu. No surprise.
Wow, first sweep. We got a Nosferatu sweep right
Nosferatu
here.
sweep.
Whoa.
Let's
for
go.
pretty much all the reasons that have already been
Right.
stated. Like it's done so well.
Mhm.
Every Robert Eggers movie, like like everything in the production from the costumes to the sets to all, like it's all gonna be so meticulously picked.
Yeah.
And and it
really-
shows in the movie.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
It really will be Wicked though on it.
I kind of agree with you. I
It's
think
like-
Wicked could pull
And
it out
Wicked's
the
gonna
bag.
win because of the Black Witch hat.
So Wicked will either win if it's not gonna win anything else, it'll either win this or makeup and hairstyling, which we'll dive into later.
It's possible.
If it wins makeup, I'll be more upset.
We will
Then if it
take the
wins
sweep
this.
though.
I think I'll be pretty upset if it won makeup.
Yeah.
I think by this point in last year, we were like what 6 sweeps in.
Yeah, this is our first sweep. Wow.
Yeah.
First sweep.
Good
First
for
sweep.
us.
Nosferatu all around the board. Like to see it. Next category, we have directing. And the nominees for this is Sean Baker for Nora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Hadard for Emilia Perez.
Did you kill that pronunciation by the way?
And what is Coraline Fargate, right? How do you say?
Is it
Coraline Farge? She's French. I don't know.
Coraline Fargate. Okay.
Is
And-
it Coralie or Coralie?
Coralie.
Coralie?
Something like that.
Yeah, there's
I
no
don't know.
N.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, I
Oh yeah, there's no one.
Coraline.
You're right. And Coralie Fargie for The Substance. Emma is telling me that's how you say it. She's
I don't know
French.
if it's right. She is
So
French though.
if it's wrong,
Yes.
go for Emma. Is what we're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
My fault.
Emma, I'm gonna come to you first for this category.
Yeah, I think I did want to pick The Substance,
Mm-hmm.
but I picked Brutalist
Okay.
just because of what we were saying earlier. They shot this entire movie in 31 days,
Mhm.
Oh my god.
which is a
That's crazy.
testament to the director.
Yeah.
Nightmare
That schedule
fuel.
needs to be clean and tight,
Yeah.
especially for a movie like that.
'Cause
It's so fucking
for,
long.
For example, the movie Friday, the Ice Cube and Chris Tucker movie, was shot in 21 days.
yeah,
That's
And-
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So that
Yeah,
is
but-
crazy.
to do something on that scale
Right.
in that tight of a production period is bonkers.
Yeah.
hmm
You can't.
And it's
like,
a testament to your skill, which I think is what we should be awarding.
Yeah.
Not to say that the direction on The Substance is bad. She's wonderful, and I think that it shows through in the work, but I would go Brutalist.
Jaden.
Yeah. So you stole the words right out of my
My
mouth.
bad.
But I know it's all good. I'll elaborate a little bit though. Looking at them, obviously we're gonna feel type of way about Emilia Perez. Personally, I'm a little mad there was no Denise
Denis. Yeah.
Denny
Denis.
pick.
Denis Villeneuve. Dude, he.
That's a snub.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But again, it's like we're used to the Dune 2 hate. It is what it
Which
is.
is so weird. And
Is it hate or is it just
No,
like
I-
indifferent?
It's
I
almost like a,
fully
it's like a
believe-
snobby miss. It really does feel like a
I fully believe
snobbiness.
it's because it came out all the way back in March. If
Yeah.
Dune Part 2 came out in November, I think we'd be seeing more nominations.
So that's what the problem is.
Oh, there's
Like,
recency bias for sure.
It's bullshit.
But it's a blessing and a curse because if it came out on the original release date, it would have gotten lost in the sauce.
It would have been up against Oppenheimer, yeah.
Yeah.
But
somehow
now
it
it's
still
lost
got
in the
lost in the
sauce.
sauce.
For a different reason.
I will say though, I'm really happy the way that, because I don't think they care about the Oscar nominations and they shouldn't. But
Right.
the passion that we feel from these projects, like you can tell they're not making this shit for fucking awards. They feel this because they're fans of the series
Yeah.
and they want to do justice to these like books, this wonderful like world that is built on paper.
Mhm.
So I don't think they give a fuck. I don't care if they win. Obviously, it doesn't. We're just doing this for fun. Anyway, sorry. So my pick was The Brutalist. Piggybacking off. A close second though would definitely be probably Anora because that is like a crazy. I don't know, just like the direction of it just feels very like raw, right? Like this girl. Like you said
Yeah,
earlier.
Sean Baker is kind of known for that though.
Yeah,
That's how all of his movies feel. Very
Florida Project.
authentic.
Yeah.
And Florida Project
Yeah.
felt just very.
I need to watch that.
He likes telling stories about messy,
Yeah.
awful humans,
I'm
and he's
here
very
for
good
it.
at it.
But yeah, like it's crazy that you get that done in 31 days. You think about how much extra footage they had to go through just to
Mhm.
make sure that they could fill 3.5 hours.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
again, you tight schedule, it matters. You don't really get a
No.
lot of reshoots. Like it's a fucking hassle to get everybody back out on set and have these reshoots be done. Like they don't have the money, I'm assuming, for that. Like
Yeah, and being
You
able
know.
to pull those types of performances out of people
Oh,
in
yeah.
it's
it's impressive.
small amount of time.
It's a very that is a very like niche thing we don't talk about, is like what the director can get from
Mhm.
people. Like why is Christopher Nolan so much better at making movies than I am? Why is Martin Scorsese so much better? It's because what they can extract from people
Yeah.
and what they see. My dumbass would cast probably anybody to be in my movie.
Walking down the street, you wouldn't know a thing.
I mean, but that's the thing is you think about people have done that.
I do like street casting.
People have
Think
done
about,
that.
think about Euphoria. The guy, rest in peace.
Angus Cloud, yeah.
He was a random guy and they just pulled him and he was a phenomenal actor.
I haven't seen Euphoria.
Don't.
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 All right.
But I'm not wrong, right? Like, you know
No,
what I
I'm
mean?
not saying
Like,
street casting is wrong, but that is the essence of the director. I
Yeah,
guess.
so
the
some-
way that they work with their actors and
yeah, it's
Mhm.
a
interact with the script and the story.
it's a big part. So
And a lot of the people in the category also wrote their scripts, which
Yeah.
I think helps too.
Yeah, I agree.
Feel more connected to it,
There's
and
definitely a-
obviously, if you created it,
definitely a big difference in quality.
Yeah, I think
People
you do
don't.
definitely feel that strong
yeah,
connection more.
connection.
But my vote will be Brutalist.
Bert Tail.
So if I were to have a write-in, it would be Denis for Dune,
Yeah.
obviously, but we don't have that. So my choice is The Substance.
I'm also gonna go with Substance actually.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because it's going back to what you said about what a director can like pull out of an actor.
Yeah.
Like we talked about the scene with Demi Moore in the bathroom in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
That's insane stuff to see her pull that performance
Right.
out on camera.
And not to
Yeah.
say that Demi hasn't been able to do this her whole career, but
Right.
now Corley,
whoever.
I don't know, but she's
Director of
now the
Substance.
one who's been able to extract
Right.
these raw skills from Demi Moore.
Pun intended, huh?
Oh,
Mm.
She
You know,
used the
having
substance.
having such a career-defining performance so late in the game
I know.
is impressive too, because a lot of
Yeah.
older actors aren't really open to
Well,
right.
to stepping out like
well,
that.
they start like phoning it in.
But she went.
Yeah.
She went.
especially with a
Butt
younger,
booty.
Really buck
especially with a
wild.
younger director as
Yeah.
well.
She went
Because
butt
they'll be
booty
what do
naked,
they
dude.
know? You know.
Yeah.
Butt booty
But-
naked.
Butt ass naked.
That being said, if whenever I do see The Brutalist, it might change just based on what you guys have said about it. It
Mhm.
sounds incredible.
It's very convincing what you
Yeah.
definitely said.
I will say though about The Brutalist, we can talk about it later. It does feel like a pretentious movie, if you will, like those artsy movies. But it
Well,
doesn't.
the length feels pretentious too.
But so that's the thing though, is like it doesn't, when you watch it
Mm.
though,
It doesn't lose you.
the time doesn't feel like 3.5 hours, and you don't feel like they're trying
Uh-huh.
to act like they're higher beings. It really feels like they're
Yeah.
And
trying.
that's good. That means it's well made and
Yes.
probably well directed.
Exactly.
When I was in that theater from like fucking 2:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.,
Holy.
it was a long.
When you say it like that, it sounds.
it sounds insane because you have the
Ridiculous.
intermission, you have the previews, but like I wasn't bored at all. Like it did
Yeah.
captivate me. You know, I didn't really feel that 3.5 hours.
Can't wait to talk about it.
So good.
I'm like edging my seat right now, dude.
All right, so we got
Hypothetically.
2 for the Brutalist and 2 for the Substance.
House divided.
It's also refreshing to see like a body horror movie in the Oscars.
No, Oscars, I know, me too.
Yeah.
I
I really
feel
hope-
very giddy about it.
No, it's yeah,
All right.
it's great.
Film editing. The nominees for
Ooh.
this:
Forgot what I put.
Anora, The Brutalist. Oh wow, Sean Baker edited.
Yeah,
one?
he edits
wow.
all his own movies
cool.
usually.
Honora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked.
Once again, back half of the category. Who asked you to be?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
that's-
what's the back half?
Amelia
Amelia
Perez
Perez
and
and
Wicked.
Wicked. Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm surprised with the Wicked pick.
You know, I will
Just-
say this about Wicked. I didn't feel the long runtime for that one either. I thought it went by pretty quick. Although
pacing
Garrett
was
said
good.
it felt
Yeah.
very different for him.
So is
but-
Garrett hates music.
Is that what we're so your film editing is like runtime kind of goes into that?
well, I
It's a
think
part of
if
it.
you can like,
Cut the fat out and
well, if you have a really long film, but you can't really feel the time. I mean, yes, that says something about the story, but I think editing also plays a hand in that.
That's
Editing,
fair.
editing does a lot for the pacing.
Yeah,
I
for
really
sure.
think that way. Which is like
Come on, man.
God.
I really think that way, which I'm happy you're bringing this up
Yeah.
now. I'm not gonna change what I wrote, but
All right, Emma, what'd you put down?
I actually picked Conclave.
Solid choice.
Okay, I'll go next because I actually did too.
I
Yeah.
did as well.
Okay.
actually.
Is
Do we
there
have a
any-
sweep?
Any reason why you did it specifically? Because
Uh,
I like it when editing is the best when you don't notice it,
Yeah.
mhm.
but then it still serves the story in like a visual storytelling sense and also
Mhm.
pacing.
Yeah.
I think the pacing in that movie is really, really great. To
Yeah.
me, it actually felt really short.
It flows super well.
and it flowed, yes.
yes.
It's very connected and fluid. And that's the kind of editing that I like
Yeah,
the
and
most.
there's parts that just feel like just one long scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it is multiple scenes,
Right.
but they're cut so well that you just
Well, especially when
don't
you
realize it.
especially when you have a movie that's very, character centered and it's just a lot of dialogue. Yeah.
The whole movie's dialogue. yeah.
right. Yet you're still very captivated by it. So it was good pacing. And out of the options that we have here, I think it was in best editings because you could say the other movies may have had a stronger story or more interesting story, but like
that's not
Conclave,
necessarily
right? But Conclave flowed really
Mhm.
smooth.
Yeah, but I felt like Nora would have been the other one that I would have picked just because I liked
Yeah.
it the most. But it also, the editing felt a little bit more disjointed to me
Okay.
than
Okay.
Conclave. If I'm looking at it just from that perspective.
So do we have a sweep? Jaden?
we do.
Yeah.
Whoa!
So my second would be Brutalist, just because I don't think Honora, like I didn't stop to look at the film editing, right? Like it didn't take me out of my, because I don't look for film editing when I'm watching a movie
Yeah.
for the first time. But
yeah, it's
when you
not- it's
notice
something
it,
you
you
want
gotta
to subconsciously
exactly.
really
And then
feel.
again, Amelia Perez, dude, what the fuck you doing here? But Wicked, I don't agree. I don't think film editing. Again, you're thinking of over the top. We're not thinking about how are they cutting this to where it like makes sense. It's just
Mhm,
how do we increase the production value, right?
mhm.
For Conclave, though, there were so many, almost like, like what they say, like a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Mhm.
There's so many, like, I feel like still shots that kind of speak to what the tension that's going on in this
Yeah.
room.
Yep.
There's a lot of
holding.
Yeah.
shots that are like a painting.
Yes,
You know?
and there's one that comes to mind too, where it's 3 candidates before we get to that horrid ending. It's the 3 candidates from they all have like different. They're in the voting, and but they're by themselves.
Yeah.
And then I think also again with the pacing, like you said, it's like part of the movie is that so much happens behind the scenes, and all of a sudden the vote changes overnight.
Mhm.
Now, like, how did this guy get all these votes? Like, we don't know. We're basically voting just as much as they are,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and not knowing what the fuck's gonna happen. And that Pope or priest are very fucking. They're petty. The Cardinals.
Yeah, and they're like creating alliances and stuff, and we see all that
Yeah.
happening, but
Yeah.
it's like it's never confusing at any point.
Yes,
Yeah.
It
but
keeps the
it's
tension really well.
exactly. So it almost feels like I'm there with them, experiencing this kind of like tension, confusion. Like I said, it's almost like you're playing. I don't remember his name, but Ray Fiennes'
Ray Fiennes.
character. No, I meant like his
in
character
the
in the
movie. Yeah.
Voldemort.
it's almost like you're kind of going along with him in this investigation where like he's neutral. And I also love how he started getting voted in, because then there's that tension, which is not really film editing, but there's that tension of like, oh, he does want to be Pope. Like he says he doesn't, but shit.
See? Yeah.
Like if someone wanted to vote me Pope,
Yeah, Stanley Tucci got real upset with him.
and then he took that vape pit. But yes, so that's our second sweep.
Second sweep.
Yeah, yeah.
Conclave for film editing. And I
Alright.
think it does have a good chance of winning that
I think so too.
category.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next category, international feature film. Nominees, we have I'm Still Here for Brazil, The Girl with the Needle for Denmark, Amelia Perez, France, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, Germany, and Flow for Latvia. I'll just campaign for Flo again.
That's the only one I saw from.
I mean, I've only seen Flo and Amelia Perez from this category.
I've only seen Amelia Perez from this category.
Okay, Berto's
Wait,
gonna
so
pick Amelia Perez.
First
I'm
Amelia
not
Perez pick of the night. Let's
Hang
go.
on, I didn't say I was voting for
Question.
it.
Wait, no, hold on. Actual question though. What makes a movie? Is it the director that constitutes where a movie's from?
What, international?
Yes.
So I mean, they're also where
think it's
most of the
where it's
production
made,
takes place
right?
as
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
So
like,
was Amelia Perez shot in France?
yes,
Yeah.
it was.
They never
made,
set
they made
foot
a
in
movie
Mexico.
about
Yeah.
Mexico and France.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say because if it's off director, like shouldn't the substance be like the French? But if they shot in L.A., then yeah,
I think
like,
the
Yeah.
Substance is an American
Well,
film. Yeah.
I get that.
it also
but,
depends on the distributors, I think.
yeah.
But
It
that's
is, it
what-
is a French film.
But that's what I'm saying. That, so
technically.
like,
it's just French distributors, French production
okay,
companies.
that makes more sense because I'm like,
Yeah.
because then wouldn't technically like next year for the Odyssey can Christopher Nolan be up for Best International? He's shooting most of it in Italy.
Right, but
Depends
I-
on the
but- I
production
know, I'm
crew
just-
being used and
I'm
stuff.
just seeing how
Mm,
far does the
yes.
rabbit hole go.
yeah.
is
So
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
it's mainly about production companies and distributors.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Anatomy of a Fall is an international
Right.
feature, even though it's mostly in English. It's not really about the language necessarily, but it's
Right.
because it was like Neon was the Western distributor, but it was distributed in the EU first
Mhm.
by a French company.
Mhm.
Oh,
Heard
by the
that?
way, I threw my vote in for Flo, not Amelia Perez.
Okay,
Yeah.
Berto's vote for Flo. So we got 2 votes for
So
Flo.
I'll pick Flo, and then we
3
can
votes
let,
for Flo.
We can let Emma convince us why we need to watch I'm Still Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that my vote is gonna be for I'm Still Here. I think out of this category, I mean, besides Flo, yeah, I heard that the Fig Tree one is okay, but I didn't watch it. I don't even know where to begin when I'm Still Here. Honestly,
Watch it.
this is just like when I was trying to convince you guys to watch Anatomy of a Fall. This is like my Anatomy of
Oh.
a Fall this year, kind of. That's how it feels to me. It's the same, not the same vibe, but it's complex. There's a lot of layers to it. And it's also
Okay.
kind of like you low-key have to know a lot about Brazilian politics to like this movie.
Oh, I don't know anything about
But they
Brazil.
Corrupt as
they'll
hell.
they'll,
I
they'll
know
explain it
that
to you.
part.
No, they got you, but you get interested in it
Kinda
through watching
like,
this movie. It just feels very like it's visceral. Like it'll tear your heart out. You just gotta watch it, man.
Okay.
Cool.
Did you guys see that Argentina 1985 movie a few years
Mm-mm.
ago? Okay.
Society of the Snow.
No, that was a
Just
good movie though.
Terrifying movie.
Yeah. So Emma, we have I'm Still Here, and the rest we have Flo.
So I do think like not seeing it. I definitely think I'm Still Here will win.
I think so too.
I think
But
so
it's
because
the Oscars
Flo,
cop-out, dude.
because Flo might take animated feature film. I think I'm Still Here definitely has a good shot at international feature film, but
Amelia
Hey,
Perez will
low-key,
probably win.
I think Amelia Perez also has a shot.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are we using these fucking categories as cop outs for other
Right.
votes? Like, if the movie's not good, let the movie not be good.
Right.
like you actually don't have to award it at all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a like. I don't care if they gave you 10 gift baskets and like Super Bowl tickets,
oh,
bro.
I'll take all that and still not vote for you.
I don't give a
no,
fuck.
but they keep track. Like, I'm sure there's a voter
So
database.
I'll never get it again. Who cares?
Yes, so.
Once in a lifetime opportunity, baby.
Put me in the fucking academy, bro. Like, holy.
All right.
Anyway, okay, moving on.
Next category, we have makeup and hairstyling. And the nominees for this category are A Different Man, Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. Now, I'm going to let that side start and go from here to try to like convince me, because this is the only category that I've
you're
really
kinda
had trouble.
You're flexible on it?
Yeah, I've really had trouble voting on this one. So I'm going to start on the other side for this one.
This is hard for me too, because I feel like Substance, Different Man, and Nosferatu are all there for the same reasons,
Right.
which is like the prosthetic work
Yes.
Right.
in all of them. Bitch, the transformation, the physical transformation of both Sebastian Stan and Bill Skarsgård in that movie. Bitch, I don't even know Bill Skarsgård was in that movie till the credits
Right.
rolled.
Right.
He's such an obvious choice, right? Like to play somebody like Orlok.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great at
Of
playing a
course, like when they
monster.
released the cast, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be the crazy
Yeah.
vampire. I forgot, I guess, when I went to go see it, and I was like, who the fuck
'Cause-
is that?
Yeah.
He's
And then
got
the-
the weird mustache and everything.
Yeah,
and the
and he
voice,
just
the
looks- he looks-
prosthetic dong.
He looks not only nothing like him, he looks inhuman,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so perfect for like it's like he sits in the uncanny valley so well
Mhm.
in that movie,
Right.
and that's a testament to the makeup work.
Mm.
I think in the Substance, it's different for a different, it's good for a different reason, which is that it's so
It's fucking terrifying.
insane. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, also just it's the nasty stuff that goes on in that movie.
Yeah.
All of those close up shots on like infected wounds and their pussy and like all this stuff.
It's so
It's
impressive,
nasty,
though.
bro.
You know what scene-
It looks so real and necrotic and disgusting.
You know what scene even got me more than the final scene was when she left Demi Moore's character in there for a long time and she had to get
she
out
keeps
from
stabbing
the
she keeps
pus.
shoving the spinal
Yeah.
tap thing into her, and she keeps driving it into an infected ass wound.
Bro,
That was the only time I actually felt like
Oh my
sick
God.
watching
No,
that
it's-
movie. And I'm really good with stuff like that.
And
usually.
that's incredible prosthetic work.
Exactly. It looks good. And then even like the aging on Demi Moore
yeah,
looked
true.
really good.
Very true.
Her
very
hands
true.
and it just decrepit
Yeah.
and nasty.
Ooh, okay.
So my actual pick.
I was confused.
Sorry. I'll get into that now. I just wanted to sing my praises a little bit. I picked The Substance.
okay.
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 All right.
I was confused.
Sorry,
but
I
how did we
love
got there?
Nosferatu.
No,
I said I
yeah.
was gonna dick ride.
Convince
So-
me. Convince me.
I thought she was gonna pick Nosferatu, so I was like, "This is perfect for Blake," because I picked The Substance. So I will convince you a
Okay.
little bit though. So Nosferatu did really good. However, I believe it's not as integral to the story as much as The Substance, and I think The Substance, the makeup and hairstyling they did for that movie
Mhm.
is so like a key part of that story, and then also with how creative the script and like the story of The Substance is, it gave them so much creative like liberties to make
they
wacky
went so
off the wall
crazy.
shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think like that movie is about what it's doing to their bodies and that transformation. And then for them able to kind of portray it is so like it deserves everything. And then like I said, Nosferatu was like it was kind of like a shock factor, but like that movie probably could go without it and still be a great movie. But when you think about The Substance, if you don't have that team,
That's like integral.
if you
to
don't
the
have that
story.
dedication, if
Yeah.
you don't have, and I don't even know what else. There's no
A
way Emilio
Different Man
Perez
is
was on.
similar. I mean, you
Emilio
can't tell
Perez
the story without the makeup.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no fucking way it's on here too, bro. I keep on forgetting it got nominated 13
Damn,
times.
Amelia Perez is on there too. I do
Wait,
forget
for
it.
makeup?
Yeah,
So
makeup and hairstyling.
unfortunately,
What?
unfortunately, I didn't see A Different Man, so I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. man.
Did you say Wicked was on here too?
No.
What was
Oh
the-
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You're right.
Wicked-
Yeah.
Wicked is the
Wicked's
other
on
one.
there.
So Wicked again.
That makes
this
more
is
sense.
this is the other category I could see Wicked kind of sneaking its way into. Do I think it's deserving? No, it's probably fourth
Yeah, I
for
mean,
me.
if we're just thinking about like every other makeup category, I feel like this year is so stacked just on SFX.
Yeah,
I think if it was like sitting in something like last year or the year before, it'd be easier for it to take it.
yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, those micro braids on Cynthia Erivo alone probably took that hairstylist
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
days.
it's
So that's
Right.
impressive. I'm not
It's
saying it's not
phenomenal.
impressive, but
it's just like if it would have
in
been in like
comparison.
if it would have been in makeup and hairstyling last year, because I don't even know what won last year, but it was like Barbie. I think Oppenheimer was on.
I think it was
Oppenheimer's on there. Killers of the Flower Moon, maybe.
yeah, like stuff like that. Like
Killers of the Flower
I can make
Moon,
more of an
yeah.
argument like, hey, this deserves to be on here because I wasn't even blown away by like Barbie's like makeup. It was like we know what to expect.
Right.
But when you go into the substance, it's continuously, what the fuck, what the fuck,
What
right? Like,
yeah, yeah.
but again, so that's why I think it maybe not by much, but the substance at least is my pick for
yeah.
makeup and hairstyling,
Okay.
and the argument over Nosferatu.
It's a very narrow margin, but it does
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
it.
Win's a win.
I want to start with the snub first.
okay.
Snub.
Yeah. Alien Romulus for that
Oh.
creature at the end.
Oh.
Oh,
With that- yeah,
That's
bro.
like the
Yeah.
one of the grossest creatures I've ever seen in a movie. So good on them for that.
Yeah, you could definitely put them in there over Amelia Perez.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Any movie can go over.
so
Amelia
as
Perez.
good as Nosferatu is with its like, the makeup, the prosthetic, mostly on Orlok himself.
Yeah.
Dude hangs dong. It's great. But
why do you keep saying that?
What's it?
Do you
like,
want his dong?
Like
bro,
that.
it's
always-
impressive.
Nicholas
That's all
Holt
I'm
has
saying.
it. You can't.
He
have
does. He has his dong. He hangs dong like fuck. What a
Thunder Gun Express.
Thunder Gun Express.
it.
Jesus.
But yeah, with the substance though, like the makeup and prosthetics of it's the substance of the movie,
Mhm.
like
Uh,
it's the fact that they're able to make that look so real, so visceral, and to the point where it's making people feel sick just to look at it.
Yeah.
So grotesque.
Like, is that not impressive? Like,
Right.
no, I agree.
I think it's way more impressive than anything else in this.
Dude, even look at her
category.
nasty ass leg. Like when she wakes up, she has to push it back into place. I
Yeah.
almost gagged, bro.
Yeah. It's
What's crazy too, to cherry on top, Blake,
Mhm.
we have defended The Substance, and we have not even discussed the ending sequence of that
Right.
movie.
Right.
And that's another testament
It's
to
been
that
about
team.
everything else around it.
Exactly.
Literally, that's a testament to that team.
The fact that
'cause
we don't even need to.
We just
And
mentioned the
it's-
big reveal.
it's so like it's so, and then also going back to like the cinematography of this movie too, where I think it got snubbed, was that whole like mirror scene where she was like a little kid almost, kept on trying to get into the mirror after she needed more
Mhm.
of the substance,
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
get younger.
yeah.
More
Like
substance.
yeah, and then also going to, damn, that movie was good. I'm just like, I love when
Watch the substance.
Yeah,
I love when you think about it, and then
it's
like
my
it just,
movie of the year.
Whoa, we're
Okay,
not.
I don't know if I'd say movie of the year,
Oh,
but watch
she's
it.
been
I'm not
on this
saying it's my best
campaign
picture.
train.
Can we
but
cut
it was my
that?
favorite. It was my favorite.
Okay, but so the moment you guys have all been waiting for, Duck takes, Blake's takes.
Duct
is,
tape, Blake take.
Yeah, I think y'all did a good job at convincing me because I also do love Nosferatu and A Different Man, but the only thing is like with Count Orlok, it is you're really focusing on Count Orlok here, so it would feel almost like a win for The Whale just because of Brendan.
Just the one thing.
Just the one thing, right?
Right.
Right. A Different Man as well. I thought the makeup was fantastic on Sebastian Stan and like the insane body horror that goes into the scene where he is becoming a different man. But again, that happens, 30 minutes within the movie. So you don't really get to see it throughout the whole film like you would for The Substance, like you guys were talking about.
Mm.
So I will go ahead and say The Substance as well.
Another
Yeah.
sweep.
It just,
Oh, yeah.
it,
Substance sweep.
it blows your mind, and then when you think it can't blow your mind even more, it does it again,
Yeah.
and then
And
Yeah.
it keeps you
just-
wanting to come back for more.
And then you've had too much, and then you
And
regret
then you feel sick.
everything,
Yeah.
and then you
Which
get
is
a,
a testament to itself. Like,
Yeah.
it gave you too much.
and then you get a blood shower.
Yummy, dude.
It's crazy.
All
All
right,
right.
cool, sweep, third
Substance
sweep.
sweep, third sweep of the night. Next category, we have Best Original Score. For this category, the nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, don't know how that got in there, and The Wild Robot.
I have a question before we start this. How original is the score to Wicked?
Yeah, that's my
Can we
biggest
pause
question
on Emilia
too.
Perez too?
Also, yeah, what?
I'm not pausing shit.
Oh shit! You know
I
it's
don't
like
want to talk about this movie
I
anymore.
like how we keep like glazing over.
Yeah.
Like, wait, it's
It's
nominated.
because
because we're-
it's so nothing to me that
No,
I
we're-
don't even want to discuss
I
it.
can't even
building
remember
tension.
the score.
That's the bonus episode, is a hour and a half short of us talking about Emilia Perez and Emilia Perez alone.
that's crazy.
I feel like this is
This is an interesting
Weekend.
category.
it's a week. I have a
weaker
good
than last
explanation. I have a
year.
good explanation, I think.
Okay.
So Brutalist score is beautiful,
Mhm.
but kind of what I was talking about earlier with cinematography, it's like a slow burn beautiful, right? Like
Right.
nothing stands out, but it's all good.
It's
and
all
it just
good.
all fits. Like that movie's so good. It just fits really well. So
And
I
it
got.
matches the tone of the story.
Oh my god, yeah, bro. I could talk about this all day.
Mm-hmm.
Emilia Perez.
It's a nothing burger. There's nothing there.
burger. Yeah.
Moving on, and then Wicked. Yeah, that's like the songs were good, but they weren't like
right,
knock
but
your
also
socks
it's like
off.
It's not original.
It's not original. So
Exactly.
are
I
they
am
are
confused.
they basing this off of like the score not behind, but like
I don't think
as
they
a
were.
separate thing of the original songs because they have the original songs. That's a whole soundtrack, but
Right.
that's not a score.
It's
I'm like,
popular
is it because
in the.
they re-recorded it? I mean, because the
I don't-
book, writing a book
'cause-
for a musical is a score. Like you're writing
But it's
music
like-
for
It's
it.
a rendition, I guess. They
But
took
it's-
But it's
creative
an
liberties.
adaptation.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
not
I'm
my.
saying. What does
It's
it
not my
say?
pick anyway.
What does it say? Who's nominated for the Wicked score?
John
John Powell
Powell
and Stephen Schwartz. Wasn't Stephen Schwartz the writer for the play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. So that's
So-
what I'm saying. It's like he's getting.
Yeah.
Don't you already have a Tony, motherfucker? You're
Right.
greedy. Like,
He's double dipping.
yeah, you're greedy.
So
Let's not.
I don't even want to count it.
I
Wild
don't even want
Robot.
to bite that double dip.
Wild Robot was good, but my pick has to go to Conclave for also original score because
Ooh.
the dramatic. I can't remember. I don't know if it's like synthy or if it was more like strings.
He's like walking through the.
but it's like it's just
It was
very
very
like
dramatic.
it's very dramatic, and it
Yes.
really makes again building this tension in like this conclave.
There's a lot of like, dun-dun.
It does a really good job of
Yeah,
making
yeah.
kind of building that atmosphere through the score, and it was the most memorable upon the movies I was watching. Because again, like Brutalist, I could pick any song and kind of love it. But for Conclave, like we're not talking about what would I put on my playlist to listen to in my free time. We're talking about what movie or what score complemented the movie so well.
I
you
would
would
put it
have
on my
You might
playlist.
have
But
just
do you
made
get what
me
I'm s-
change my mind then on mine.
Do you know? But you get what I'm saying though.
Whoa, yeah.
Like, you think about again, I have to reference Oppenheimer. Like, I love that whole score, and it fits the movie so well. But I'm not gonna just because I love Can You Hear the Music and I listen to it when I'm studying or whatever else.
Mm,
That doesn't go into my
that's a good point.
Yeah.
original score. It's
Yeah.
more like, does this complement the movie on what it's trying to achieve? Because if they had like a country fucking score where they're using like banjos, like it wouldn't hit the same.
Yeah.
It could be a great song, but it doesn't add anything to the movie.
But it can also ruin everything if you have
exactly
a bad
Yeah.
like
score.
that. People, the score is like it's like the most delicate kind of like
Score
slippery
is up
slope.
there for how important
No,
it is.
scores
Yeah,
are very
sound in
important to a movie.
general, right?
Yeah.
Like you think about movies. So when I say Jurassic Park,
I mean, a lot of our favorite movies have a fantastic
you
score.
think of
Always.
exactly, and like
Yeah.
like literally, we're in a world where Hans Zimmer can go on a world fucking tour based off his
Right.
scores
Yeah.
alone,
Yeah.
right? Like that's how important these things are. So,
Howard Shore too.
yeah. So my pick for those reasonings would be Conclave.
All right. We got one
Congratulations.
conclave.
Wow.
I'm gonna start with my snub.
Oh,
Challengers.
You know what it is.
dude, Doom Part 2.
Well,
You know,
that
it's both
too.
of
Well,
them,
actually,
yeah. So
What?
Doom Part
yeah,
2.
Doom Part 2.
Bullshit.
I'm particularly passionate about the Challenger score just because I love Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Mhm,
I like
mhm.
them too, but that score didn't do it for me.
It did it for me in a similar way that the Oppenheimer score did, and that a lot of like ones from last year did, where they treat the score as the character. I love shit like that.
So you like the
Yes, I like when it stands out, but I also like getting into my pick. I like stuff like Conclave, where it feels very blended into the world.
the anxiety.
Yeah.
For something about the Challenger score, I liked the contrast of having like techno house music over a fucking tennis movie, a tennis bisexual like throuple movie. It's so funny, like the dichotomy.
Like he's
but-
speaking to you.
Yeah, but I like.
I think that's why that one didn't do it for me. I was like, what the hell is this?
I loved it.
It's like
And I also
I should
listen,
be at a
the
gay club
Challenger
right
score
now.
as a complete thing for me, just like listenability. But that's not really what it's about, right?
But
Yeah,
your
I
pick's
picked Conclave. Yes.
Okay.
No,
Two
I,
conclaves.
just real quick, they really does act like a character in Conclave too. Like it's
Mhm.
like the overwhelming anxiety of kind of what's happening in this vote and like the pressure they're facing. Like that's you could argue the score really does do that.
Yeah.
To what you were
No,
saying.
yeah.
So
But it's just a different vibe,
dude,
I guess.
the more we talk about this shit, the better this year's
I know, but
feeling
then
for movies, bro. Like
yeah.
walking in.
Well, it seems like everybody really likes Conclave more than we like initially let on.
well,
No, I hate the ending
It's-
of Conclave.
it's more-
Well, the ending sucks.
They
it's-
ruined it.
it's
but I did
more-
like it.
anyway, Berto, what was your pick?
Yeah, so I was torn between because I have heard the Wild Robot score.
It's good.
And it's like it's music that I would put on my playlist and listen to. I really
Mhm.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
But talking about like it actually enhancing the movie, I'm going with Conclave because
Yeah.
it blends in perfectly. It adds to the tension. Like it makes you feel something while you're watching the movie.
They're so dramatic. This fucking
Oh yeah,
Cardinals,
those
bro.
freaking Cardinals, man.
I love it. I need to get that on 4K.
But yeah, no, like you guys talking about that swayed me back because I had written down Wild Robot because I'm like, I love the way this sounds.
Hey,
But as a movie score in the movie, Conclave.
Not a sweep. Oh,
get him out.
Oh, I'm going the brutalist.
Fair.
No, I
Um,
respect that. That's my second.
Number 2.
Yeah, I really do enjoy the score, and I think it feels very grand for how small production this movie is as
Yeah.
well.
What was the budget?
It's under 10 mil.
Yeah, it's like 9 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I think the bus montage, the opening title sequence, I think that song was fantastic. And you do feel a very hopeful sense in the first half of the score of like the American dream. It's like, okay, things are going well, and like the score plays off of that, and you feel it, and then it takes a turn in the second half. But
it's that needle.
We'll talk about it.
yeah, I mean, I think the first half of the movie in general is just like better, but it is a song soundtrack that I could add to the playlist.
Oh, yeah.
I do listen to it from time to time still.
I need to go back and listen to these now to find the ones that I like the most.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna call it a sweep anyway.
Well, not really.
It's definitely not. 3/4.
3/4.
Still passes.
Next, we have original song.
Who
Oh.
cares?
Do you
I
guys
kind
want
of don't care.
We
we
can
can-
actually skip this bullshit.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we can.
We have 2 from Amelia Perez.
That's
we-
insane. Actually, there is
okay.
like a bird from Sing Sing.
We'll make this quick for you guys. Only 2 of us have seen Sing Sing. The other songs are, I'm sure, fine, but they're not that good.
What was the Elton John song from?
Exactly.
cares?
Like a Bird is beautiful for the movie, and respect to the people who worked on it. We believe that you should win, but unfortunately, it's probably gonna go to Amelia Perez because they hate you and they want to see you fail.
Yeah, I'm
So-
going like a
Your
bird.
message to the
Which
sing
one was Mi
cast and crew.
Camino?
The
So,
one where she meets
Selena
her-
Gomez.
Oh, that's Selena Gomez.
That is Selena
Oh,
Gomez.
that was probably the better song in the movie, but it's still
No,
So-
I thought
great.
Elma was the one that she sings like on the dinner tables and shit at like the banquet, right?
Yeah, that's Elma. He saw.
Yeah, that's
they
Elma.
said.
And
They said.
Mi Camino.
Oh,
Mi
I
Camino.
hated Elmo.
I fucking hated El Camino, whatever the fuck Mi
El
Camino.
Camino.
So
That sounded
the
racist.
car?
Sing Sing, you should win like a bird. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I'd say like
Congratulations on what you've created.
bird.
But unfortunately, they're gonna probably take that away from you.
Yeah.
Fuck this category.
So we wish you the best.
Mm-hmm.
I also just wonder how does the short list work? Why can you submit 2 songs from the same fucking movie? Can you do something for the rest of us? You're
Well,
greedy.
Barbie.
Yeah, that's
13
greedy.
nominations.
Did the Flamin' Hot Cheetos one win last year?
No, the
No.
Barbie one.
Like a,
Oh.
well,
Yeah,
Barbie had
Billie
Barbie had 2
Eilish.
songs
Barbie had
last
2.
year.
That's right.
But to
Yeah,
be
and
fair,
I was still mad last year.
No,
because
no,
what's
no,
going
no,
on?
no. But to be fair, the Barbie songs are actually good. I
They're
don't give it to
okay.
them.
They're fine.
I
like
like
the Billie
I
song.
like
I like the
10
Billie song.
so much more. I'm just kidding.
And then I
Yes.
sing that one more
Also,
as a guy.
okay, sorry, I'm just getting an overwhelming thing right now. The 2023 or 2024,
2024
the
Oscars.
96th Oscars
Yes.
will go down in history as one of the better Oscars ever in the last 25 years. Bro, they perform like
in
the
terms
songs.
of like the awards, because then we got fucking Jimmy Kimmel's ass hosting that.
Yeah, but we got Becky G singing about Cheetos. Or
was it
something.
Jimmy Kimmel hosting last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
and we
Conan
got Al
O'Brien this
Pacino's
year.
drunk ass.
Yeah.
But that's
announcing
what I'm
Best
saying.
Picture.
Okay, how infamous?
Yeah.
Maybe
My
infamous.
eyes see Oppenheimer.
But okay.
Yes, they did.
First and foremost, I'll say one of the most infamous.
We had
First
that
of
cool
all,
Batman moment.
I don't give a fuck about Jimmy Kimmel though because
I don't
we're
like
not
Jimmy
here for the
Kimmel.
host. That doesn't take away
No,
from.
we're here for the host.
No,
I'm
we're not.
here for the host.
We've Conan
Has there
this
ever
year.
been a good host?
Yeah,
Yes.
but we have Conan this year.
Conan's great.
Conan's great. I'm
We'll
sad I'm
see.
gonna
I
miss
have a
it.
lot of faith in Conan.
Anyway, my point is though, I think it was great. Like they performed the songs. There's a reason why they're not performing the songs because
Yeah.
the Academy knows they're fucking dumpster.
yeah.
Except like a bird, but you can't sing it 6 times, dude. So honestly, they should just bring back last year's cast. But that's what I'm saying. Like they put production value into these.
No, when they played I'm Just Kidding at the Ass, I was like, yeah.
so they played all of like that's a genius idea to
What
play
are
the
the-
songs, keep
Yeah.
it fresh.
What are the other 2 songs from though? The Journey and Never Too Late.
Dude, we just wasted too much time. Let's.
All right,
Yeah,
next
whatever.
category.
I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be rude.
Y'all can
but
look it up.
I'm really not sure.
All right, next category, we're moving on to production design. The nominees for production design, we have The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked.
This is a hard one
Low-key,
for me. I want you to
This is a
start.
hard
Low-key
one.
stacked.
Oh,
Y'all need to convince me this time.
Wait,
Oh, boy.
did you really say Amelia Perez again?
No.
No, girl.
Let's go! Dude, I just have it engraved in my brain
know,
to like
so sick of hearing it
I'm
that-
bracing. Sorry.
When you say it,
This
my
is
brain
tough.
just skips back.
Boom. Oh, wait, are you not?
I have decided,
I can
but
go if you
I
if you
decided
want.
too.
If you want some convincing, I can go.
Convince us.
I think I'm ready to go.
Okay,
I'll
convince.
Okay.
You're not ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You worried
I'm
about the
ready.
backlash?
Okay, look.
I'm looking.
I picked Nosferatu. Shockingly. I don't
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe.
It
Choice,
is, but
actually.
also because, well, I mean, I just fucking love Doom Part 2 so much. Ooh.
This was the moral conflict, but you explain what's off your natural.
Well, the reason I say Nosferatu is like, I mean, it's Robert Eggers. You know, I'm just fully captured by this world, and like, I'm never leaving it as well.
yeah,
I'm in that world the whole
Yep.
whole time.
dong and all.
Yeah,
Dong and
the universe.
all.
Like the fucking the castle, the
No,
town.
Orlok's Manor. Like
Yeah.
Even the little village like right
I
outside
was
of it.
just,
Right.
That was some wacky shit, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought that was some Northman shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What was Ethan Hawke?
And
You know he built that fucking village.
yeah.
What if he's just punking us though? What if he did it just for the witch and he's like, these fuckers are gonna fight for it every time?
He did it for
bro?
Lighthouse too. Well,
No,
that was
I-
actually already constructed.
I'm just being
but-
sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Dune Part
Conspiracy?
2 doesn't have that same attention to detail, but the attention to detail and the production design for Nosferatu, like they were building this
Oh,
whole
yeah.
town from the ground up. I mean, I know Dune Part 2 has a lot of scenes where they do shoot on location, and that doesn't take anything away from Dune Part 2 because I
Yeah.
am fully captured in this, Dune world as well. But just like building Nosferatu from the ground up from the production design, and
Well-
I just never leave it.
Well,
I-
and
I'm-
like the city, like you feel like you're in a dreary city
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about to get taken over by the plague.
yeah.
Like it's a real downer, but like in a really good way.
Well, not to mention all of the natural lighting that we do get on that set as well.
Mhm.
It's pretty
Mhm.
crazy.
You know, it's incredible. I picked Nosferatu also, so
I
just
have-
in case you didn't guess that.
I have a pretty good actually explanation for because I'm also picking Nosferatu.
Okay. Wow.
But real quick, Brutalist would be my third
Okay.
because it was beautiful. But again, it's hard. You got to like define like I think the cinematography and the actual shooting was super beautiful. But the location, I think they could have shot it anywhere and it would have looked that
Yeah.
good, right? So
Mhm.
I'm not taking away from it,
As long as
but
they got that Statue of Liberty money shot.
Right. That was a good shot.
so then Conclave, it looks cool, but again, I get used to it after 30 minutes, whatever.
I just love Catholic architecture.
That is true, but again, compared to what we got, and then Wicked, I mean,
Whatever.
I think
Yeah.
Wicked could win this. I'm not trying to take away. And I found out from Blake that most of it actually is like practical production design.
Right.
It's not like
but it's
green
just weird
screens.
because they do give it this visual effect gloss over it.
I'm
Yeah.
just kind of
I don't
indifferent
get it.
about the Wicked production. I don't
It
know.
looks so sanitized to me.
Right.
So
it's weird.
that's why. So it leaves me with Nosferatu and Dune. And the reason why Nosferatu wins is because of that Robert Eggers propaganda that we have now where he builds this shit brick by brick. No, I'm just kidding. But the reason why, so if this was Dune Part 1, it's going to go to probably Dune over Nosferatu because it's Dune Part 2. A lot of their shots were on location, like you
Mhm,
said, and there's a
yeah.
lot of desert scenes.
It was a lot
Right.
more desert in
We
part
do
2.
Yeah.
get the beautiful Fade Rotha and the Harkonnen, Baron Harkonnen.
Oh yeah.
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 we get that
yeah.
beautiful scene,
Yeah,
but again,
that shit goes crazy.
that goes more with the film editing too, even that makes it pop so much.
Mm.
I think the shooting on location is a disadvantage for Dune because it shines more on cinematography where we have those beautiful shots where he has like you guys said his black like hood and everything
Yeah.
and like all the sand writing. I know that's all CGI and like stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that I feel like cinematography shines more when they shoot on location and it's like kind of a bland set, if you will. Not to say that it feels bland, but I think that's why cinematography wins. I think I picked that for Dune, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's why Dune wins that, and then Nosferatu wins this because we do feel like we're in some fucking
Right.
Mm.
Like I wouldn't be upset at all if Dune wins this
no,
category.
not at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I had to pick between the two, which is what we're doing, between like when I was watching Nosferatu, I was getting giddy. I'm like, dude, I know this guy like built this whole thing.
Yeah,
And it's so cool,
he's such a
right?
freak, like-
And he makes it like you can just feel the passion, and he just makes it so believable. And then also like, what is it? Like kind of the empathetic mindset of if I was an actor on the set, I would feel fucking weird
Oh, the
and tripped at a time,
being so
you know?
Yeah.
And also
Like
like
it's got to be so easy as an actor to just be able to fully go into
exactly
this
like
character.
nothing's weird on
Because
his
it's like
sets.
I'm actually here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like that speaks to, and I also don't want to take away from, it doesn't say who, I'm assuming it's a lot of people, but I thought maybe like a production design manager or something. But
It's
yeah,
usually like it's a team.
but like an actor or like a director who goes through that depth to do that for his actors, I think speaks a lot.
Mm.
So that's I think that's what trying to explain what you were saying
Yeah.
about, Nosferatu just.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Sweep.
I mean,
Sweep.
Sweep.
let me. I'll say this quickly. I think I agree. I would love to see Nosferatu win, of course. I think that the production teams on Robert Eggers movies are batshit crazy, just like he is.
Yeah.
He has something. He has a lot of screws loose, but damn, if he can make a movie,
I feel like you need to have some
But,
screws loose to do
of
that.
course, yeah. But for me, I would just feel a little bit not disappointed by it. I'd be ecstatic, but something like Nosferatu in comparison to like Northman,
Uh-huh.
where he's like building fucking Viking boats and
Right.
instruments. He's doing, Valhalla funerals. That felt more impressive to me, but it wasn't even in the conversation when that movie came out.
I feel like Northman kind of flew under the radar when it came out, just
It did.
in general.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a complete box office failure.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite pieces that he's done.
And
in The Witch.
before you tell us, also touching on Northman versus Nosferatu, the reason I think Nosferatu is more impressive is because, yes, it's cool that you built like the boats and like the outside of the houses, but when you go inside, like they're very barren. The attention to detail to the interiors
In
of
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu we saw a lot more
The dressing is a lot
interiors.
more than in all of his other ones because it takes place a little bit later.
Exactly.
So I feel like it was more material.
Yeah, we saw
to
like a
work with.
castle, we saw like a rich house, we saw not so rich houses.
Mhm.
We had to really feel not just, there's some CGI castle in the background or some like cardboard cutout, but we actually get to feel inside of these homes that people,
Mhm.
I believe,
Yeah.
live.
It looks like, it really looks like someone built it with their hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
It
that's
is good.
that's where like the impressiveness comes to. Like,
Yeah.
we actually
I'm not
get
saying
to
it's not
feel
impressive.
it. No,
So
I
I
know.
am picking
but-
Nosferatu. It's sweet, but
Sweet.
Dude, you always make it feel.
Yeah.
But my other one is just like I was just thinking about Conclave just because it really does look.
It looks like the Vatican.
Yeah.
I thought they were in the Vatican for the
No.
first like 20 minutes
No,
of that
they
movie,
did
and
a
I had to
great job
look it
with
up
that.
and look up.
Yeah,
where
you're
they
like, there's
filmed.
no way they filmed this movie in the Vatican.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
was
will say
crazy.
the red doors and the hallway, like,
Mhm.
oh,
And
Maybe
I
though.
love a big ass archway.
So-
God, it's hot.
Conclave would probably be second. Actually, now that is Conclave on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think the reason why Conclave just fell like a little bit short is just because, again, like 30 minutes after, I guess like the wow factor doesn't start to fade, but it I guess
No.
becomes stagnant. Whereas
I think because
Nosferatu,
you're there
like,
the whole time.
Exactly.
you're there the whole
yeah.
time. It eventually just becomes like, oh, they're just
It's a lot of
in the
repeating
room.
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no knock on, your team there, Ray Fiennes. Anyway, all right, sweep.
All right,
Four
sweet for
sweeps.
production design. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Next up, we have sound. The nominees for best sound is A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez,
For
Girl.
what? For what?
Bingo.
Wicked, and The Wild Robot. We usually don't see animated films for sound, I feel like.
Mm.
They cooked.
That's interesting.
Dude, NBC cooked.
They cooked.
I think it's NBC.
Yeah, it
I
is
see it on like
Universal.
I see it on the
Yeah.
things all the time.
Trying to boost up your work there,
Yeah.
Jaden?
What?
I said trying to boost up your work there.
They don't fucking need me, bro.
It's like, yeah, NBC's the
NBC
best.
needs the
Well,
Jaden
no, but
promo.
we have like these like TVs in every hallway, and they're always like blasting whatever movie,
Is out at the moment.
well, like the ads and stuff. And I
Yeah.
saw Wild Robot, and I was like, "Damn."
All right. I guess I'll start this one off for best sound. I am choosing Doom Part 2, and if Doom Part 2 does not win, I would be shocked. I would very much so be shocked. That's
Yeah.
just seeing this. This is why I saw Doom Part 2 in IMAX 4 times because of the fucking cinematography and the sound.
3 times wasn't enough.
No, the sound.
The
You
sound
feel the sound in
Oh.
your body.
Oh.
my bones.
Yeah.
in my bones.
so do my
bro.
my downstairs neighbors. They also
Yeah.
feel
It
the
also
sound.
it also plays a role in the story too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, even like the thumpers, bro. I'm like feeling that in my fucking asshole. Like,
Dude.
So,
or the Thornicopters.
oh my god, dude, yeah. And when he
Yeah.
takes drinks the fucking water of life.
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. No, you,
Yeah, I
you
wanna
just
fear
feel,
my
no, you feel
even-
everything.
Yeah.
Even the few moments of like silence in that movie, you feel.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
everything,
it's so
man.
well. I picked Dune Part 2.
Same.
Oh.
So actually,
Oh,
guys.
no.
It's gonna be a contrarian.
So my pick was Doom Part 2.
Oh.
Dude, come on, like,
Yeah, you got to.
brother, like,
I don't even really like. I'm not super
Complete
passionate
unknown.
about
I
this.
thought you were
this
like, yeah,
category.
Amelia Perez when they're that gunfight at the end just sounded so good.
the only actual movie that I would argue, like, if I had to, would be Wicked. Because Wicked does have some cool, like, sound design in terms of, like, their. I'm not gonna, like, I don't consider sound like music, but just some of, like, their. Like
So,
an-
I'm
don't know,
surprised,
It's
I
like
don't know.
ADHD sound
I'm
almost.
surprised you wouldn't maybe bring up A Complete Unknown. Again, I haven't seen that, but, you know,
Bro.
being a music biopic, I feel like there's a lot of sound mixing that has to go into making a music biopic sound good.
Well, okay.
Did they make it sound good though?
Does
So
it sound good?
Yeah.
so when I think of sound, I'm not thinking like, oh, does it sound good? Because these are all $1 million corporate, like $1 million studios who know how to mix
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. Like, it's gonna sound good in theaters with headphones, whatever.
Right.
When I think of sound, it's like, again, this is my interpretation. but like the sound that they give me, how does it translate to my feeling and what does it add to the movie?
I mean, yeah,
So like Dune, like you said, the
Right.
doom doom.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Hell
holy
yeah.
fuck.
because even we keep bringing this scene up a lot when he's walking to the and you see the worm come in the background, and even like there's the sound of the sandworm coming up from the ground, and
Yeah.
you hear like this slow, almost like slow motion, the thumper in like slow motion that's like
Yeah.
going along with the music. I'm like,
A lot of
oh,
layers to
fuck.
the
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to say, think about your like favorite scene or like a action scene or something, and take away a part of the sound. Think about the Kraken.
The final battle. There's no
Yeah.
score. It's just them throwing hands and
So
the
that's
sound of
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, they planned for that. But I'm saying like think about.
Like I said, even the silence is loud.
yeah.
I don't know why this comes to mind, but like Dead Man's Chest, the Kraken
Girl.
scene. No,
Yeah.
but I
Dude.
watched it on repeat. But the part where the music,
The first Kraken
Yes.
So
regardless of the score, just the ship creaking,
yeah.
like that feeling, I'm like, oh, am I about to go overboard? Like, am I
Yes.
dead?
Are you talking about the first encounter with the Kraken?
yeah.
The the one where he's
first
like,
major
I've killed
one.
us all, I've doomed us all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so like that's how I interpret sound, and like a complete unknown, and she can talk to this too. Like I wouldn't give Bohemian Rhapsody sound.
I feel like
I wouldn't either.
this is why they used to separate the category. The sound design in A Complete Unknown is not impressive to me.
It's
The
fine.
mixing is good.
Mhm.
it's fine.
And that's why they used to do like it used to be best sound editing, and then it used to be best sound mixing. It used to be two different
Oh,
categories.
now it's
Oh.
one.
And they merged
Yeah.
them to be best
Yeah,
sound
'cause it's
I
funny,
design.
feel
I'm
like
reading
that makes it harder to pick one.
It's funny you said that because I'm
Or
reading this. I'm
easier.
like, usually it's not just sound. I'm like usually reading off sound design or sound mixing.
It used to be
Yeah.
two
It's just
categories.
sound now.
It's pretty
Ah.
like it's just standard. Like the mixing.
But
like
I think it's just because they couldn't pick out things. Everything is so. It's dude. The mixing nowadays, especially coming out of all these big studios that are getting nominated for the awards, it's clean as a whistle.
Mhm.
There's never anything that like stands out really.
it's the gold standard.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like when you can add something to the sound.
If
like
anything,
a
you stick out when your
Dune.
sound sucks.
exactly.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's not like because film editing honestly would be more sound.
Well, because
Sound
sounds,
mixing
I think
too.
sounds a lot less forgiving than
It is.
picture.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, because people love film grain. Like
Yeah.
people get pissed off when you take film grain out of like older movies.
Right.
But sound has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
People, you know what I mean? Like you. It's
Well,
fucking
yeah, they enhance
sucks.
audio, but you should never enhance picture.
Right.
Yeah. Or what they do is they add like the like filters over them.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
it like. There's a whole. Dude, people are real snobs
Yeah.
about it. Anyway.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that's a weird.
Dune.
Dune
weird
Part
category.
2 sweep. What is that? Our fifth sweep.
Dune
right?
sweep.
Fifth sweep. We have 4 more categories left.
I'm really excited about one of these coming up.
Up next,
I
we
see.
have
Right.
visual effects, best visual effects,
Not this
and
one.
the nominees for this category is Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2,
Amelia Perez. I'm just kidding.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Start over there this time.
I chose Alien Romulus.
Ooh.
I'm not like particularly passionate about this category either.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me. I just liked all the little creatures.
Yeah. They look good
Okay.
in the dark, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like visual, what is like so is visual effects like it's practical, but is it also CGI? Like
It could be either one.
so I picked
Like-
Dune because
Mhm.
well, honestly, it's
Worm.
the only movie I saw besides Wicked on this list, and I think Wicked was. I mean, if everything was practical, like you said, like what CGI did they like the flying? Like it's pretty standard,
Right.
But Dune Part 2, like if we're talking about CGI, everything looks fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The worm, like it's so believable. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna defend like a Dune pick, it's really good.
I picked Alien Romulus.
Mm.
Uh,
2 Alien Romulus.
I can be
Yeah.
the black sheep, dude.
There's just, I don't know. Blake might pick Dune. But no, like I said, I think that movie mostly taking place in the dark really enhances the visual effects too. Because
It's a lot of good red lighting in that movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
so like even if something looks kind of shoddy, like in the dark, it looks
Mm.
wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
and it
does serve it.
it serves it really well. So they made some really good choices as far as visual effects goes in that movie.
I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes could win this award, and believe it or not, none of the Planet of the Apes movies have won best visual effects.
Oh, ever?
That's
Yeah.
actually surprising to me.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't be mad if Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes won. It did have great visual effects. I did pick Dune Part 2 as well.
House divided.
Yeah, House Divided.
Love that.
But I could see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes winning. And yeah, like I said, I'm very shocked that none of those movies won it. Even like War of the Planet of the Apes, like that's
Yeah, which was crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
crazy.
we got to look up why. What won that
Yeah,
year?
what else was
Mhm.
going on?
Was it nominated every year?
yeah. They were
never
nominated
won.
every year, but just never won.
My bad.
All right, House Divided. We got 2 Alien Romulus and 2 for Dune Part 2. Next category, we have Best Writing Adapted Screenplay. Nominees for this category: A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing.
I wish that I had seen Sing Sing. I think that if I had, it would win. But since I
Yeah.
haven't, I picked Conclave.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat as Emma. I haven't seen Sing Sing.
And
so,
I think me and
yeah.
Jaden are going to pick Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Damn right, brother.
It's pretty. This
Yeah.
one seems cut and dry to me because the other ones, who cares?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Conclave probably would be second pick. I'm trying to look what else we got.
Do you feel like
Conclave-
Nickel Boy? I haven't seen Nickel Boys, but I feel like Nickel Boys might be a dark horse that could grab it somehow.
Maybe.
What is Nickel Boys?
It's a story of 2 juvenile African American men, like a friendship kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't know
Like
the
a coming of
period.
age.
Yeah.
It might be a coming of age
Oh,
story.
another
Okay.
coming of age story.
I'm not really
Hey,
sure.
Don't knock them.
think
I haven't
it's
seen it.
coming of age, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch it before the actual.
It's in
Oscars,
Best Picture too, no?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It
Which is
is.
crazy that Sing Sing. It's just
Yeah.
shit's all backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, but we don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm
all
excited
right.
about this next one.
2 Conclave and 2 for Sing Sing. Next category, writing original screenplay. We have Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th or September 5. Why is it September 5 instead of 5th?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. And The Substance.
This is actually, I take it back. This is hard.
This is hard.
I already have my
I think this is
vote.
a hard
And I think
one.
I'm gonna stick by it. And even if it doesn't make sense,
This seemed very straightforward to me before I watched Brutalist.
Yeah.
Just because I do want to get my hands on the screenplay. Like, I'm gonna be excited when A24 drops the book. I'm gonna think about it pretty hard.
Is it not already out?
I don't know. Don't make me look
Bro, it
because I
just-
just got The Witch.
it just got the
so
streaming like today.
So,
I don't know if they're in
I
production.
don't know if they got merch yet. Let's not go there.
but
But
Barnes and Noble
The
has
4K is out. I don't think the screenplay's out yet.
They did release like the PDF of the Substance screenplay, so I did read it. It's so even. I mean, the movie's quirky as it is. Even the screenplay is written in a style that you don't normally see. It's very. There's a lot of personality in it. I think that's it. It is very like original.
Mhm.
The story. I think it's the most unique out of all of it.
It's an interesting message too.
Yeah,
Brutalist.
and it's very like. There's not really a lot of deviation.
So, are you picking Brutalist?
No, I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go The Substance.
You
What?
should look at the screenplay though. It's really funny to read actually.
The
There's a lot of like
screenplay.
tech, yeah, a lot of wacky tech stuff going on, and she like it's just very it pops. I liked it a lot.
I'd be interested in
it's
reading
very
that.
dynamic.
Yeah. Because I also went to Substance because
Mhm.
how do you come up with this shit?
Yeah, she's sick.
Damn. Now I want to be different, but I also picked The Substance.
Ooh.
And the reason why, it was really tough though with The Brutalist. Honora was also pretty tough. Like, I know it's kind of weird how we're doing this episode and like Honora kind of seems to
Uh-huh.
kind of like it only has like
I
either.
feel like there was so much
you know.
improv work in Honora.
Right. And
That's
back to
probably
what
true.
Emma was saying earlier about how like you've seen these characters before.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of, The Substance and The Brutalist, it does have a little more
Originality.
originality to it. Cause I can watch Honora, like you said, even the Florida Project, like, Sean Baker likes to do. And I'm like,
I
I
know
know
somebody.
that I know this
Yeah.
area. I know
Well,
this
It's so
type of
weird.
character.
It was-
Especially Florida Project.
Especially
was-
Florida
Oh, yeah.
Project.
They filmed it like that Disney
Yeah.
store.
yeah, right by in Kissimmee. They filmed in
Yeah.
Kissimmee.
So The Substance though, like you guys kind of touch on it, but like my reasoning is it's so creative. Kind of going
Mhm.
back to like the makeup and hairstyling where when you have such a wonderful, wacky fucking script like this, it allows you as a team to do a lot with it and have fun with it.
And just go balls to the wall.
Yeah, I just don't remember the last time I watched a movie and I just did not know what to expect, with the exception of Amelia Perez, but that's the negative. that's the inverse situation. But did not know what to expect. Figured out what I thought I was supposed to expect, and then really just kind of submit myself to like I don't know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but in the best way possible,
Right.
It like I said, it goes to show what's really creative. I don't know what won, and I think Anatomy of a Fall won last year.
Oh, original
Yes.
screenplay.
Original
Of
screenplay.
course.
And like even like if I'm comparing from last year to this year, like Anatomy of a Fall screenplay was really good, but like the idea, like the premise of the movie is not like as wacky or as unique as.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Anatomy of a Fall, but I'm just saying like I just can't remember the last time I was.
They're they're similar and different just because everything the way that both of them wrote it to interweave so many like storylines and timelines in Anatomy of a Fall and
Yeah. So it's oh my god, it's just so
very impressive,
bro. How do you come up with that? Like that's so good. Like
Dude,
genuinely just so interesting of a, and also
it's so zany, but it means so much too.
Yeah.
Like it's also it's incredibly like unserious, but it's also dead. It's serious as a heart attack at the same time.
yeah. I think
I love it.
I also love because I guess this goes with screenplay too, but her relationship between because I was watching it with like some friends. They're like, why is like she doing this? And I was like, because she was fading out of the limelight and she wants to keep it by any means. And I also love like the whole you are one. You are one. It tells you are one.
Mhm.
But she's like, this bitch is taking all my fucking time. And like,
Yeah.
that's so, it's so good.
It's kind of the way that you resent your younger self too, right?
Yeah.
And you long for something that you can never have again.
Yeah.
And then it destroys you from the inside out.
Yeah. It's
So
also
important.
Time.
It's like
Time is
disassociation
a
too.
son of a
Mhm.
Like
Time is a son of a bitch.
not facing your responsibilities or like your like the consequences of your actions, you know? Like she just like
Mhm.
I would fuck up on one body if I could, you know,
Leave it.
yeah,
Everyone.
what's called
True.
like be baller on the other.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god, that scene in the restaurant with the guy who was the little nurse who gave her the paper in the beginning.
oh my
And he's like,
god.
has she started taking from you?
Oh yeah.
I was so
Oh.
freaked out. I was like, get away from me.
she freaked out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Substance sweep.
Wow.
And now
Wait, is it? I thought Emma picked Brutalist.
No.
No.
I picked
no,
Substance.
Substance.
Oh,
She was
okay.
saying
Oh.
it made
She's
it
saying she
hard.
liked the
Oh.
Brutalist.
It made
okay,
it hard
okay.
for me too. Like
Okay.
that screenplay goes probably nuts.
I do want to read it.
But I think if we're being honest, like the story's not ultra unique, but the way they went about that story
Yeah.
is what made it
I
unique.
like the structure of it a lot. I wonder if
Yeah.
it's like that in the screenplay. I mean,
But,
I imagine it
but you know
is.
what I mean? Though? Like the
Yeah.
idea of like someone coming over to America and like having this whole that's not super unique in itself, but the way that they went about portraying that story is what makes it kind of amazing.
And here we go, the granddaddy of them all. We have Best Picture, where we have 10 nominees. And the nominees in this category are Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Now, I think for this, we can go who we want to pick, but I think we should also say who we really think is going to
Oh,
win.
okay. That makes it
Okay.
easier for me.
Yeah.
We also could do like, I mean, we also could do like top two.
Yeah.
No, I guess let's keep.
No,
I'm gonna
let's
keep
do
it.
one and
Okay.
one.
Keep it linear.
All right. You want
Who
me
goes
to,
first, bro? Like
I
don't.
can start because,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
mean,
wait, so we're doing who we want to win, and then
who we really think will win.
who we think will win.
Yes. So I obviously want Dune Part 2 to win. That's been my number one movie all year long. I don't think it's going to win. There's clearly not really any Dune love when it comes to the academies. And there's not really much sci-fi love as well when it comes to the academies. Also, not really much sequel love. So it's already got a lot
It's
going
Dune
on
from the
against it.
start.
Also, like
Yeah.
anything that's like a sprawling epic tends to not really do super well.
Yeah.
I was
in
gonna
these-
say
Oppenheimer
Except
won.
Lord of the Rings.
Oppenheimer's not a sprawling epic.
Not sprawling.
Lord of the
It
Rings
is
might
an
be the
epic.
exception.
I think Lord of the Rings.
I don't want to say like Oppenheimer's like a legacy pick because it kind of swept everything, but I think they just couldn't ignore that. Like, hey, this
I
guy
mean, but
knows how to make
It
movies.
didn't even really sweep everything. It got 7 wins. We've seen more wins than that.
But I'm
I
saying,
think
but
everything everywhere all at once actually got
but
more.
the wins
yeah.
that mattered, right?
Right,
Like you had
right.
lead
Director,
for actor, you
lead,
had director, you had best
supporting.
picture, you had supporting.
Score.
Here's the thing,
Score.
though.
It won the
Amelia
big
Perez
screenplay.
might
Yeah.
win more awards than Oppenheimer.
Did it win adapted screenplay?
I think so. What else would have won?
I don't know if it did. It
might
might
not.
have.
It might no.
No.
I know Flower Moon didn't win,
Flower
even though I
Moon-
thought
I
it
don't
was
think
going
Flower
to.
Moon was nominated.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
It
at all.
wasn't
I was super
nominated.
pissed.
Barbie was up there.
Yeah, because
Barbie was
Oh.
adapted.
Barbie was nominated
yeah.
for adapted,
Which we were like, what?
Crazy.
but Killers of the Flower Moon wasn't.
Yeah,
I remember that. What
Yeah.
did
Wow.
what would have won that year though? My memory needs to get better about these.
But what I think will win, there's two choices. I either think Honora or The Brutalist will win.
You think Nora is gonna go for best picture?
Yeah.
Really?
Look.
Didn't it win Critics' Choice?
It's been winning a lot
Yeah, it
lately.
won
I
the
think it
Critics'
won
Choice.
BAFTA.
I know, but I just can't imagine it not getting any other category and then
I don't
Right.
think The Brutalist is going to
coming
win.
out on top on Best Picture. Doesn't make sense to me.
I think Amelia Press is cooked at this point for Best
They're
Picture.
done. No,
I do.
they're done in everything.
Well, this just
except Zoe
I
Saldana.
think a
We don't
complete
really
unknown would be
know-
such a mid win. Like
no.
it would be such a bleak
it wouldn't
win.
feel satisfying.
No, it wouldn't. I do think it is between Honora and The Brutalist.
Sing Sing really should be up there.
Count those votes. I think it's going to be Honora The Brutalist.
I don't think The
Damn.
Brutalist will win because I don't think the voters watched it.
You don't think so?
Bro, it got nominated. I think that.
Dude, I think they're gonna vote it arbitrarily.
Honestly, I think that was a hit piece. Truly,
You think so?
dude. Yeah, they got nominated for so much shit, and you're gonna tell me that people were like, unless they just nominated it on a whim and then they weren't planning on letting it win everything. But Adrian Brody just won Best Actor for I think BAFTA was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what won BAFTA? Honora did, right?
Honora.
Yeah. So it might not win Best Picture, but
We'll see
people are
what
definitely
happens at the
watching it.
SAG Awards.
Yeah, that's the other big tell.
Yeah.
I'm just at this point though, it's so up in the fuck because usually it's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm seated. I got popcorn ready,
It is
I'm
going to
ready
be
to watch the
interesting.
car crash.
dude. Let's proceed.
So what do you think will win? Or what do you want to win?
I want Dune Part 2 to win.
Okay. And what do you think will win?
I think Honora will win
Really? Okay.
just
Yeah.
based on, awards it's winning,
Yeah.
word of mouth, all that. Maybe Brutalist pulls through, but I don't think Dune's going to win, unfortunately.
If Amelia Perez didn't get all this backlash recently, I do think Amelia Perez really did have a shot at winning.
Unfortunately, but that's
Yeah.
why I'm glad.
So
Yeah.
Carla might have fucked that up.
Of course she did.
But-
Thank God, and thank God.
Here's the thing though: is we know how Oscar voters are. I really hope they're not retaliating. That'd be an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
If they're like, "Oh, you don't think we know movies? Watch this."
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know how that ecosystem works. It's just, I want to talk about The Brutalist so bad.
So do you have that winning?
So I have The Brutalist winning, and that's what I want to win.
Whoa, okay.
You're all in.
So Dune,
He's
if you
all
look at my
in.
letterbox ranking, I think Brutalist is third.
Okay.
Sing Sing's not up here, so can't just talk about it. And then Dune is my top. I think it's my favorite movie of the year, but like The Brutalist is my favorite movie.
How does
So-
that make sense?
So I'm trying to think how to describe this.
yeah.
Like Dune is really well done, but I guess when I think more of, I really don't
A
know how to,
movie, like you're more moved by The Brutalist?
yeah, like it's the more I think about it, the deeper it keeps on kind of hitting, and it's like it's stuck on me a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Dune like blew me away, but like The Brutalist really kind of makes you, I guess, think. if
So you say like
will.
Dune is like more spectacle, whereas
Yeah.
Brutalist is, I don't want to, cinema.
No, I'm not gonna say real cinema. No, but when I think like also you got to think like Best Picture, like what is deserving to win too.
Mm.
I guess in my opinion, I think just from what I could tell, like they put a lot of effort and how impressive it was. They got the script together, and 31 days shoot, and then you cut 3.5 hours. It makes it feel like, you're what's it called?
Yeah, but then are
Doesn't
we
feel
never
like
going to
3.5
see a fantastic sci-fi piece ever win then? You know what I mean?
I think we can. It's just time and place. Like you
But
think,
why is it not now?
but you think about Good Company because I think that there's probably better movies that I'm thinking like in the lens of like the Academy. Like
Mhm.
they probably have better movies that they think they're gonna win. I think Lord of the Rings they just couldn't ignore that level. But
That's fantasy.
But Doom Part 2 is not on the level of I think Lord of the Rings fandom. That makes sense.
I mean, fandom, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like they couldn't ignore that. And also again, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. I also just don't think Dune. They don't care about. I don't think they care about the awards. I think they're really like dedicated to the movie. They're probably not lobbying as
Wouldn't
hard.
that make it a better movie?
I guess so. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to describe it, but I think my top pick would probably be The Brutalist. And like I could talk about it all day because like I want to bring this up now if I may, or should we
Okay.
talk about it later? I know.
No, what?
I'm talking about like the first and second half.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we
remember
can talk about
you
it now.
told me when I was on the intermission, you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm wondering how you feel about the second half," and you watched it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more I sat with it, I was like, "Damn, that second half does feel kind of all over the place." And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, "Well, yeah, like the tonal shift of
Mhm.
that first half of that movie is like this is the American dream.
Right.
Everything's going good, and you're feeling good." And then like as soon as the intermission comes, and it's not like it's an immediate. You're
It's not
fucked.
whiplash. But
It's not whiplash, but
it's more like
it's degrading.
yes, he's slowly losing hope in like
Yeah.
the future that he imagined for himself.
Yeah.
That and also just like kind of realizing that he was not wanted anywhere,
Yeah.
like in the world.
No matter how
Basically,
good you are,
he had to flee his home country because everybody wanted him dead there.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants him dead in the U.S.
Well,
We're
yeah.
fucked.
Well, they want to use him, and then they don't really care what happens to him, and like it's just.
Thought they could have gotten that message out like
Maybe more
differently
efficiently.
though. Yeah.
I think that's kind of part
Like
of it.
because
Though,
what
is
happens,
the-
Guy Pearce does his thing to Adrian Brody, and then it just kind of really like it kind of slaps you in the face because then like you have Felicity Jones' character just coming in saying your father's a rapist. Then that happens, and then we're like, okay. Then we never see Guy Pearce's character again. He just
No, I know.
disappears.
It was so crazy. That's when I texted you guys. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
in this
he
movie?
just disappears from the whole movie, and then
Yeah.
the epilogue happens. You're like, what the fuck just happened? And then I don't know. I thought the message could have been still executed. Like it could have been relayed
I
the
just don't
same,
know if that
just a
was,
different
like,
way.
Trying to say, I guess
How?
Guy Pearce's character already took so much
Yeah,
from him, and that's
And now
like the
he's-
last thing that he
yeah,
had to himself was
yeah,
like just like
right.
his actual body.
yeah,
and then he took that too.
yeah.
Maybe.
He took his hope. He took his morals. He took his dignity.
Yeah,
he took
Yes,
his
everything.
body.
and it's
Yeah.
also think about like
I just came out of left field. I was like, hey, yo.
I know it shocked me too.
but
There's
so
a
that's,
lot of like themes of like sexual assault in this movie.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think it's a thing of it's like a note on power,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? Like Guy Pearce's character has all the power, and no matter how like brilliant Laszlo is, and no matter how amazing he does, like in a sense, he's not replaceable, but he has no power in the situation. And remember how fast he lost his what's called like the train cars got wrecked, and then
Yeah.
Mhm.
all of a sudden like they had to pull the project and then disposable, and then on a whim they bring him back because they cut some of the project, and then they get some of it done, and then even his wife is like, dude, they're gonna leave you as fast as and then
Mhm.
also some context too on remember his niece is
Sophia.
moving back to I think, Israel,
Yeah, she goes to Jerusalem or something.
and they're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of touches on like they think that what's going on here in America is bad, so they want to move back, and they want to be like this idea of like what was it, good Christians or
Or
whatever,
Jews.
or good religious people, right? Like pure. And then what's it called? But then Laszlo and his wife were like, no, like you could do that all here. Like their values kind of degrade over the movie
Mhm.
from when we first see them of like their faith, and then as America eats them up and destroys them of like their immigrant.
They want to run
dream.
away to the next thing.
And they slow, and that's when they get into drugs, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's like this whole
But
thing
he
of
was
like
always into drugs.
Yeah,
I
he
know,
was,
but it's like this whole thing of like wasted potential too, and like that's like Guy Pearce's character's
Right.
angle of like you could be so good,
Right.
I must punish you. I mean, he's a fucking crazy guy.
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
And
it was.
I think
just
it's-
sick and twisted.
I think it's the
Yeah.
other thing too is you could think about when his wife comes and confronts him.
Yeah.
Guy Pearce's character is able to just walk away and never be seen again with no repercussions. You think about it that way, where like he has that ability, that power.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what this random woman says, and then you can also see his son react the way he did, and
Right.
of course the
Yeah.
woman's touch.
I
he
think there
was
was
like, "I'm
obviously
so
a lot to think
sorry."
about with it, but it did definitely kind of slap me in the face.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
And
when I
then
was watching it.
and then the epilogue, you're like, well, what again? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
'cause you're
And
just
they're like,
dude,
it's not about. What do you feel about? It's not about the journey. It is about the destination. I think that's
I think that's like
interesting.
I think it's not the age old kind of psychological question of like, do the ends justify the means?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it worth getting to what your goal, your dream is, if you lose yourself along the way? And that is the question. Is like, do I have what it takes, or am I willing to give everything I have, or I am, to get a fucking museum building in my memory, even though I have nothing left to show for it of
Mhm.
myself? Like, yes, I have this building. Yes, I have this house, whatever, tangible. Like, do I have any of myself
Yeah.
left? And in this situation, guess what? He doesn't. He has given away, or has everything taken away from him.
One of the reviews that I read when I was on Letterboxd was talking about like the ending is kind of reminiscent of all the questions that we have about it are also ones that Laszlo has to answer for himself too.
True.
Like, was it worth it?
Mhm.
True.
You did all this to get here, and like, are you happy yet? No. Who knows? I mean, so I think I understand where it was going with it, like what it meant to say, but I'm not
Mhm.
sure how successful it was
Right.
I think it was
or how
extremely
impactful it was.
successful.
It's good.
I like in the context of like, is it the greatest movie of all time? No. But, like in this year, I think Dune was too.
Yeah, I got to think about it a little more.
I think Dune was too. Like they had so much momentum and they have so much good quality. Like they just couldn't fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I think about it on like I guess like what a movie does to you, the Brutalist does that more. For me in like a deeper like I guess analytical train of
Mhm.
thought. So and I just like I love like the tonal shifts of movies.
Well, definitely makes you think more.
Exactly.
You know?
Like again, we think about Oppenheimer, the 3 different acts. I didn't know I was gonna get a court drama, but guess
Right.
what? I was fucking there for it.
And like the ending of it.
Exactly.
You know, I
exactly.
think we have started the chain reaction and
Exactly. Again, that's the whole thing is
Yeah.
where it's the same thing of like Oppenheimer had brainwashed himself that what he was doing was right, but then as soon as it was out of his control, now he gets like the self clarity of like
Mhm.
I was just doing my duty, but I know I shouldn't have done it. And then he starts trying to backtrack, but it's too late.
yeah.
He can't go back on the H bombs because like, dude, you fucking made the atomic bomb. Like now all of a sudden you're kind of canceling this, and then he had people plotting against him, and then all of a sudden they give him this award after they called him, "Don't let that crabby be back in my office."
Yeah.
So I think that's where I feel that same kind of connection with the Brutalist in terms of just like, can you give yourself up and do you have anything to show for it when you do? So I think it's just like a, I can say a hero's journey more like a, I don't really know.
Sounds like a tragedy.
Yeah. In a way.
It's
I mean, it is a big question of like, yeah, what are you gonna sacrifice to achieve what you want to in life? You
even
know,
if it's just the thought of what you want.
yeah, because you know the thing with architecture as well is these are Laszlo's creations that will live past him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think as you know, we're very into film, and you know, I hope to like one day just put something out there that will outlive me. Because when you think about time in life, like it is fucking scary, and how one day it's just like you could just be
Yeah.
forgotten. So it's like, you know, art is a way where we can live past ourselves,
Yeah.
and
Trying to make a legacy.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
but how far will you go with it?
you can even see him in the movie. I don't know if you guys remember the one dude who was stuck by his side the whole movie. He takes the little power that he has in his life. He takes that out on that guy,
Right.
Oh,
the guy who's been
Yeah, yeah,
supporting him. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a chain reaction,
I
right?
forget
It's
his
a,
name.
it's the chain of command where I don't know if you guys have seen How I Met Your Mother, but the chain of screaming.
Such a funny
Um,
comparison to bring up.
I just thought about Barney,
Mm.
but no, like that's what
Ted's also an architect in that.
it's true. Well, that's a yeah. But that's like the connection of what's called eventually like you either you stay clean like
Yeah.
his niece wanted to go back to Israel to be like more respectful to their faith, but then Laszlo got comfortable, and then the longer you're there, the longer it eats you up,
Right.
and then eventually you try to look outward and see like how can I
Yeah.
gain some kind of power in my life. So I don't know. I guess like I love Doom Part 2. Like it's not if I could pick, I'd love for either one of them to win.
Emma, what do you have winning?
Yeah, sorry.
What I want to win is the substance,
Mm-hmm.
just because of its impact on me. I guess.
Okay.
I know it's super like crazy, shocking type of thing, but also for me, the emotional aspect of that movie was very impactful on me. And this is the one that I saw 4 times.
Yeah.
I went back for more, and I saw it 4 times in like 4 days. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Did they cut you open in the 40X theater?
Yeah, girl, it was so crazy. It was so crazy, and I also got like sprayed with blood. It was cool.
Nice.
That'd be fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. I mean, I do wish Sing Sing was on here because I agree with you in terms of
Yeah.
like I feel more emotional connection to that.
Yeah, it was the one that I felt the most
Yeah.
moved by, and the one that I was just it was very invigorating for
Right.
me
Yeah.
as a person who like loves movies. It made me like want to
Yeah.
watch more movies,
Yeah.
make movies, and I love when art can bring that out of you, like make you want to make art.
Yeah.
It's just like so original and cool, and I love cool shit.
It's inspiring.
Yes, exactly.
In a world where we think nothing's original,
exactly, and then
this shit
something
comes
like
out of
this
left
happens.
fucking field.
Mhm.
Well, original shit's coming out all the time. It's just how much of
Suppressed.
it gets
Yeah.
attention.
Well, no,
Yeah.
quality.
Oh,
Original.
that too.
I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of, and we were talking about this the other day actually, like they really do suppress original work now. They're more into like, this is the problem that we have with all of these legacy sequels and remakes
Mhm.
and just rebooting old shit because they're too scared to take a chance on anything that could be worth a shit
Mhm.
Right.
because they don't want to promote original work because they're too scared they're not going to make money off of it because everybody's greedy. Like that's really what it's about.
I think
So when
streaming
original
has hurt
stuff,
that.
yeah, and streaming is what
Yeah.
killed it really.
Yeah. Which is crazy because at first it was kind of like helping it.
Yeah. Right.
And then
Mhm.
once everyone realized,
Yeah.
you know what, there's more money to be made here. Let's
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I
let's
think
play
maybe
it safe.
I think the MCU could take into effect of that too
Yeah, maybe.
in terms of franchises.
Dude, because
Yeah.
the adrenaline and peak was so high for the
Yeah.
MCU that just going to the theater has never felt the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Until
it's
Barbenheimer.
Like everyone was expecting this grand
Experience, like,
experience, you know.
You can't just go and enjoy
Which-
like a nice film. And,
But like
Mhm.
it's crazy that we got what we did too.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and it's also it does have something to do with just like greater society. Like movies are so inaccessible now unless you have whatever like Regal Unlimited. No one's going out to the movies
Yeah.
because it costs fucking $15
Right.
Yeah.
plus snacks, damn near $40.
We went and saw Brave New World last week. Summer bought her ticket on the Regal app for IMAX. She paid like
Which is
$27.
Yes, it's so ridiculous.
When-
That's what I'm saying.
Because the thing about movies is that it
And we
was
paid like $7 for ours.
right, but I mean, still, like the movies was something that was for everyone,
Mhm.
Right.
and it's kind of has become a little more exclusive.
Now it's
I
like, oh,
know.
if you can afford it.
Yeah,
You can go out to the movies. It's like
Right.
a luxury.
and that's
Yeah.
why I think too. I was talking about this on the Brave New World episode, and movie tickets are part of this, but also streaming is a big thing for this as well. Is they're filming movies to format your TV, not the big screen. You know,
Yeah.
they want you to be able to. They think we want to see everything. On the
Everything
TV.
feels like a TV movie now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
because
hate
they
it.
know it's
Yeah.
going to end up on a streaming app, or they're going to rely on the streams
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
revenue.
Because
Turns
that's
a lot
where
of
most
people-
people are gonna watch it,
Right.
unfortunately.
And
Yeah,
because
a lot
it-
of people
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, well, why would I go spend money on the movies
When I
when I
can
can
wait
just
a
wait
month?
2-3
Right.
months?
Right.
Yeah.
Not even 2-3, like
And
30
it's
very
days.
quick
And
now.
even so,
Yeah.
it's cheaper to go get a month, which gives me access to a library
Yeah.
of shows like
Yeah.
on Max.
Right.
To get one movie ticket.
Or
To
if
get
you want to
one
rent
movie-
it or buy it for $20 for the whole family instead of paying
The thing is,
$80 for
I
the whole
still
family.
think the theater experience is worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's
But
to
the-
like the
Yeah.
But that's
the
a dilemma.
average movie enjoyer. Like if you have kids,
Like,
or
that's
you
a
have
lot of
this,
money.
this,
No,
and
if you're
that,
taking a
yeah.
family out, it's not really
And
affordable.
Don't get me wrong, like Tuesday, like Regal's Tuesday discount is nice. But again,
$5 movie,
Tuesday's
yeah.
like a weird day
Right.
to like get people in the theaters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the meat of the new week. You got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
A lot of
Especially,
family stuff.
especially if you have kids.
People that have
or-
Yeah.
normal jobs and
Well,
families.
Actually,
yeah.
it would work better for people who have normal jobs because you get off
if
at
you go
5.
like, yeah, but
Yes, yeah.
then what? Like you're not gonna make dinner or eat dinner or anything. You're just going straight to the movies.
Well, dinner and a movie. Little
Okay,
day
so
night.
you want the substance to win. What do you think is going to win?
I think the Brutalist is gonna win.
Okay, so I think what we have. Okay, I think we all think the Brutalist is going to be in there
Mm.
for what
It's
is
definitely in
going to win.
contention.
Yeah,
I don't know if I see
It's in
Anora
contention.
going up, but it just depends.
It is.
Yeah.
I think
really
just for
exciting.
me, it seems incomprehensible that Sean Baker could win an Oscar for Best Picture.
I think the
I
best.
kind of know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
really.
Right?
I truly
Not that
think.
I don't like him or anything, but it just he seems so outside of the realm of what
Right.
usually is even like maybe not. He could get nominated. I mean, I think Florida Project did get nominated for Best Picture.
It did. Yeah.
But he
that-
wasn't even in contention. That's what I'm saying. He's
Right.
not, it's not. He's never been part of the conversation.
Like if the Florida
Right.
Project was a movie that was in the category this year, I think it would have a high chance.
I agree.
Yeah.
But Anora, it's just it's kind of a silly pick to me. Like I mean, I love it, but
I think it's really good.
I think it's really good.
I think
But then I look at
But
the
it would
other
be
things.
it would be a
It would be
different win than
interesting.
usual.
It would be interesting, and then
Yeah.
it would be interesting to see if Mikey Madison doesn't take Best Actress and they still win Best Picture. That would be wild.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say is I think the lead for both male and female are gonna be very telling. Like if we see like Adrian Brody win and then Demi Moore wins, Brutalist is gonna be Best Picture.
right.
Yeah.
Because like I genuinely just don't from this list. I just don't see.
I
A
don't
movie
see the
that's gonna-
substance winning,
I don't
even though
see-
it'd be
No.
cool as hell if it did.
Oh, it's definitely
and,
not,
and I'm not
but-
saying this in a way that like none of these movies are deserving. I just off my 2 years of covering the Oscars, if you will, I just don't see a movie beating the Brutalist out. I think the only one
It
that
seems
could.
the most Academy friendly.
It does.
I think the only one that really could. Please don't be Amelia Perez. I genuinely think it would be Conclave.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
know
other
what?
one.
Maybe.
Didn't it
And
win the
people-
Golden Globe?
People are voting like the
What won the
website
drama?
that people.
Yes.
That's the other one
Yes,
I
it
could
did.
think of. I do think Anora could win Best Picture.
Or
A
no,
lot of
the
people.
Brutalist did. The Brutalist did.
Oh,
For
okay.
Golden Globe.
A lot of people have Anora, funny enough, winning Best Picture as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a toss up. Like I said, I would love Dune Part 2 to win, but it's just
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think it's gonna
I'm not
happen.
gonna
I'm
lie.
not saying I would be mad if Anora won. I would just be surprised as
Right.
hell.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of excited. I am kind of excited now for this award season just because this is, I feel like, the most toss up we've had in a long time.
yeah, because we knew. Let's be real. Like
we knew
as soon
Oppenheimer
as
was winning. We knew
Last year was easy.
Even the year before, we knew like Everything Everywhere All at Once was
Mhm.
sweeping. We knew Parasite. I mean, actually, a lot of people didn't really know Parasite.
No, Parasite
but,
was a dark horse.
Yeah, but it did. It
Yeah,
did
no,
win a
it's-
decent amount.
it's like we have like 4 or 5 great movies
Yeah.
that have the chance to win Best Picture, and I would not bet my house on any of them.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough year for the Best Picture category, and it'll just be interesting in
Watch
general.
them just come out of left field with something no one was
Bro,
expecting.
Wicked
So,
Best Picture.
Okay,
Oh,
I
God.
think I'd be upset.
Yeah.
That
I
is,
would be
um,
I would be beyond upset.
this is
Garrett
now
would blow up a city block.
this is now a part of the part of our segment here where we're going to talk about the unfortunate event that could happen where we have to find a nuclear shelter. So Amelia Perez has 13 nominations
What
here.
if it sweeps?
If
No way it
if we
wins
do
13.
if we do indeed live in a timeline, sorry, I'm having a monologue moment here. If we live in a timeline where Amelia Perez wins, I'm not gonna say any Oscar because I think Zoe Saldana will win. But if it wins Best Picture, Best Director, Best anything, we're doomed.
Yeah.
We're doomed.
It's just so over. Like, I'm so sick of fucking hearing and talking about this movie because
I agree.
it shouldn't even. I shouldn't even have to have any conversations about this. This should only exist on like Moist Meter on YouTube. I'm not even joking because he only watches like the shittiest movies I've ever seen.
The unfortunate
The
reality.
fact that it's actually
It
in
should just be a
the same
Netflix
category-
original. It just gets forgotten.
it just
honestly.
feels
Yes.
it feels like we're being punked.
Yeah.
Yes, but
So-
beyond controversy, what the fuck is so good about this movie that it has all of these awards voters wetting their pants? Like, what kind of
Yes.
cronyism is happening in the Academy voting rooms that this is even on the ballot?
I think it's just like, hey, look at us. We're doing the right thing by trying to push this movie, kind of like the Crash situation people are saying. But
What I
It's-
don't understand, especially when you put this shit,
yeah.
you sit here and you're gonna tell me that this is good trans rep, good gay representation. I don't care what the fuck you say about this movie. Borderline offensive to the trans community. Not even borderline, outright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's vapid and worthless, just like everybody who fucking works on it. The director is a piece of shit, racist. I'm so sick of this, and so is the star of the movie.
Yeah.
So what are
Yeah.
we even talking about
Yeah.
anymore?
It's
And unfortunately, it will be a stain on Zoe Saldana's
On her career, yes.
career.
Yeah.
And when you sit
Girl,
here
what
and
are you
slot it,
what are you doing, girl?
when you sit here and slot it next to other movies that came out this year, Queer, I Saw the TV Glow,
Right.
damn, even Challengers, bitch, had better
Yeah.
queer representation
And
than
it
this
barely
movie
had any.
ever had, and it barely had
You know,
any.
honestly, there was a lot of queer LGBTQ representation in a lot of movies this year.
Yes.
That could have been up over Amelia Perez.
But if you're talking about something that has trans as a central theme,
Yeah.
I Saw the TV Glow blows it out of the water within the first 10 minutes.
Even the 10
The
minutes.
opening shot in the parachute is better than the whole fucking movie of Amelia Perez. I'm so sick.
what about that
this-
shootout at the end?
Even,
I don't give a fuck.
What about the car exploding?
Even Conclave had better representation in the last 5
It
seconds.
actually
Stanley
did.
Tucci in his big ass glasses and the last 10
I
minutes
say
of
that's
that
not what I was
movie.
talking about, but it
No,
works.
Stanley Tucci in his fashion glasses.
So Zoe, if you're for some reason listening to this, fire your agent and just separate yourself from this movie.
Yeah.
And we're not here to make fun of this movie. Like I know a lot of time went into it, and I know people have to like
Oh,
eat and they have
there
to make
are
money.
people that work their ass off.
I
on
get
it.
it. I get it. But
the
the
below the line production
Yeah.
team.
we're not
and-
mad
yeah.
at you, Amelia Perez. Like truly, like we get it. You made a bad movie. It is what it is.
I mean, I'm mad at Amelia
I'm mad at
Perez.
No,
Amelia
but
Perez.
like at the core of this, the reason why this didn't just get swept under the rug is because of the Academy. I would not like to thank the Academy for this. Truly,
The foreign press, the Hollywood foreign press.
here's what I want to know. To your point, this movie had a 3.2 on Letterboxd or some
That seems too high.
Oh, it's down.
no,
to like
it was
2.4 now.
It's a 2.1.
It's 2.1 now.
Yes.
Oh, it's gone.
But
way
it was.
down.
I wish I
Yikes.
had the receipts of this shit. And I'm sure we could find it. But it was a 3 point, at least a 1, but somewhere probably in
That's
the.
still not great.
This is my thing. So you fuckers, some of you like the movie somehow. Changed your trajectory when it got like popular to hate the movie when it's bad in the first place.
Sheep.
But then also the Oscars, you guys voted in it fucking 13 times. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that this fucking movie should be tied and beat Oppenheimer, tie with Lord of the Rings, or even beat it. I can't remember.
It shouldn't even be in the same
Um,
league.
You guys did this.
I'm
And
so glad I gave
Yes,
this movie a 1
bitch.
star all the way
And-
back in November.
So
Literally.
here's the
I
thing.
danced on the train.
Here's what I want to know though, that you guys, the Academy caused this outrage with it getting review bombed out
Yeah,
the
your
wazoo.
ratings are that low, bitch.
But
Like, are they?
Here's what I'm confused about, where you guys overwhelmingly decided that this movie was good and you guys voted it in 13 times. How the fuck are you going to do at the Oscars? Are you going to fall
So
or are you going to defend your fucking action?
I think this is interesting
Like-
because Garrett brought up an interesting point. He's like, what does the Academy do at this point? Because if they end up giving Emilia Perez no Oscars because of all the backlash that they have faced, then it was never really about how good the movie was.
Yeah.
of
you
course,
know?
but it's not.
I don't
Yeah.
think it is about how.
No,
good
it's
now
it
not,
is.
They've,
but I'm
they've
saying,
backed
like, what are
themselves
they gonna
into
do?
they've backed themselves into a corner.
Right, exactly.
That's why it's going to get Best International and Zoe Saldana's going to win. They're going to say, look, we voted and we all like, it's just.
Yeah.
It'll get like a couple of pity awards, maybe.
But this is also the misconception some people might have. The Academy is not like a group of 15 old men. Bro,
Yeah, it's like 10,000 people or some
it's like,
shit.
I think it's like 20. I could be wrong, but it's at least 10,000 of you fuckers, which is overwhelming.
Of you fuckers.
Overwhelming majority of these people voted in this movie 13 times for shit that it doesn't deserve. Like, I'm really scared.
And like the
I'm
people
really
that the
worried.
movie targets don't even like the movie.
Yeah, you fucked up
Yes.
on
Right.
two represented
Yeah.
people that have been really not having a great time in the public right now. You have
Mhm.
Mexicans and transgenders. You fucking missed on those two.
Both.
What are we doing?
How do you fuck up that bad?
Dude, I can't, this is not maybe a pod episode, but I'm a white straight male. And I feel like I could speak to these two groups of people, probably better than you did.
Well, the guy who made it's a white straight guy too.
Yeah, but he's French. Like, he's a little
So he's-
zest. Like,
so
he
he's-
should
no,
have
he's-
something.
I thought
Fuck.
he's extra like horrible.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
the French.
he is like
He
the
was always a French, except I guess Corla.
yes.
bring-
Oh, yeah,
back.
she did great.
Yeah, she's
Good
cool.
work.
She's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But you know, the French
So-
are assholes.
so maybe-
anyways.
They're on thin
Their
fucking
food
ice.
does suck. So maybe French women are okay.
They have
the
some good pastries.
Pastries are not food.
Let's not defend the French yet.
Yeah, I'm not defending the French.
But if I'm going to
they
France,
always lose in the war too.
bad
Hey.
twice. World War I and World War II, bro. You lost your capital.
Ugh.
Dude, your French viewers are gonna be like, "Oh, that you though." Like, they're gonna be pissed.
Oh,
If
my
there
God.
are any French viewers listening,
No, you guys are
we still
fine.
love you.
It's not all French.
It's not all French.
Um,
It's just a stereotype that we.
It's just Jack,
have-
whoever the fuck.
Yeah,
we're,
no, it is.
we're Americans.
But-
We're assholes.
Yeah,
So,
you
yeah.
think we're assholes too. So why can't let's just all agree that we're both assholes? How
French
about
people
that?
know they're assholes.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
fine.
yes, but so
Rush Hour 3.
on a serious
Mhm.
note, bad movie.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Oh,
on a
horrible.
serious note, though, I'm excited yet super anxious. I mean, these awards are our lives, but we do put a lot of time into like this episode.
it's fun
and, like,
to
these movies.
discuss. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
like-
it's never. It's something that's not
Yeah,
going to change
I
our
agree.
lives.
I know
But
it's
like,
for like industry people, but it really is for audiences too. Like, it feels so good to watch a movie that you love win.
Yeah.
Like, get critical
Don't-
acclaim.
it's like
Don't
rooting,
fuck this up.
like rooting for your
please.
favorite sports team.
Exactly.
You
That's
know?
how it feels. This is my Super Bowl.
Right.
Yes. And again, like, no, I can't even defend this. Please do the right thing and do not vote this god awful movie
What
because
is
Even though I
Car-
think the voting period's over.
Bro, could you
but
imagine if Carla won and she goes up on that stage? I don't think. Wait, she's not allowed, or
she's not allowed to come.
she's.
I don't think.
I think she's allowed to come. She just has to pay for her own transportation, hotel, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't cover.
She only
anything.
gets a ticket to the event.
Right.
please do
Damn.
the right thing.
Yeah.
She's the Kanye of the Oscars, it seems.
Oof.
Where she gets the invitation to the red carpet, but she can't come in. That's what happened. Did you know that?
I think
You
it
wasn't
ended up-
allowed in?
He wasn't allowed at all.
No, but they
At the
they
Grammys.
gave him an invitation. They're like, hey, you can come to the red carpet,
But
but
They had
then
to leave.
his wife got butt ass naked and was like,
butt booty naked.
"Hey yo."
Hey, she was wearing
But,
like a thin sheath.
Yeah.
And now they're
fabric.
getting a divorce.
Yeah. And now
Ooh, and they
people
didn't
think,
sign a prenup.
Oh,
yeah, people are starting to think she was just a secret FBI agent who wanted to.
FBI agent.
Let's not go there.
Okay, but again, wrapping up. If you are for some reason like no bullshit, if you are like an Amelia Perez truther, hit us up.
Here's the thing, I
We'll
haven't.
talk to you.
I
heard
would
of
actually
one.
like to know what you think.
No, but like
haven't heard of
genuinely,
one.
we will talk to you, and I want to tell you why it's not a good movie, but I'll hear you out. Because there's just no way.
I just want to know what anybody sees in it. Yeah, I'm curious because
Yeah.
I have not met a single person who likes it.
Even from
Even normal
from those
people.
communities.
Yeah.
You know?
No, especially those
That's
communities,
right.
bro. Like,
I think
do you
they're
know how
more
many-
pissed off about it than we are.
but do you know how many like super talented, authentic Hispanic Mexican singers there
Melissa
are
Barrera
that you
should have been in
could
it.
have brought
no,
in,
maybe
but
it's
you.
best she
Let's not
wasn't.
wish that on
right.
her.
No,
But
you're
this is-
right. I'm glad she was busy
I'm
making
saying,
another
but
movie that was
this,
better.
This shit was dead on fucking Arrival. Like there were so many decisions that,
yeah.
like, who funded this movie? Netflix. What the fuck are you
Well,
guys
I
doing?
think a lot of production companies did, but then Netflix came into like, okay, we're gonna distribute it now.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
I don't
even
know.
worse. They saw the finished
They just
project
saw
and they're
dollar
like,
signs.
let's
They
go.
were like, hell yeah.
That's true.
They just saw
Like,
fucking dollar
okay.
signs.
I mean, I subscribed to Netflix for a month to watch it.
Well, now you can watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I'm actually watching for Cobra Kai.
But yeah, so that's the bottled rage we kept in every time we were like, it's passive aggressiveness, but now we let it out. And we mean this. It's not for this is not for the memes or the jokes. This
Piss
is
me off.
it's a really bad movie.
No, we're actually upset about it.
And you
It's-
think it's not as bad as we're saying? You might think that we're exaggerating. If you haven't seen it, I also thought everybody on the internet was exaggerating.
I was that person.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
I told y'all. I kept
No.
I told them for a few months. I'm like, wait till y'all watch this.
Oh,
No,
movie,
there's
bro.
you
no way it's this
underreacted,
bad.
bitch. You didn't prepare me
Yeah.
for what a dumpster fire.
I didn't want to
That
spoil
Did you
it
watch
too
it in
bad.
theaters?
Fuck,
No,
it's a Netflix
it's a
movie.
It came out a week though.
No, I didn't watch it in theaters.
I'm actually I need to know how many theaters because what if they just release it in one theater and they're just like,
No, it was
No,
definitely.
look at what a hit it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot it's like Netflix. Anyway, yeah. So let us know if you actually like this movie.
I'm curious.
I'm curious
All right.
too.
Well, not to end it on a downer with Amelia Perez, but at the end of the day, I do think it is going to be an interesting Academy Awards night. I'm excited to see Conan O'Brien hosting this. I think he's
Please be
I
better
think he's the
than
best
Kimmel.
late night. He'll be
should've
better
brought-
than Kimmel.
You should have brought John Cena. He killed the
Shut up.
ESPYs. I know. I'm genuinely serious.
no,
He
but
killed. the
Conan
ESPYs.
knows how to play off the crowd. He knows, like, I think he's the
He's
best.
no Jimmy Kimmel.
No, I
Yeah,
think
it'd be
he's
fine.
way
As
better.
long as he
I
doesn't
think
let Al
Conan is-
Pacino on the fucking stage, he'll be all right. What a most like deflating way to end my night. I think I see Oppenheimer. Yes, I do.
His drunk ass.
Like-
Like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to the home. Shit. Like, it
No.
actually did ruin my night.
No, because we waited all night. We knew it was gonna happen.
we knew it was
but
gonna happen.
We're like, oh, Al Pacino, cool. Like he.
No
you
one
know-
was even clapping. They were so confused.
Nobody cares
Yeah.
about Al Pacino anymore.
Hey.
A legend has fallen, dude.
He fell off.
But then wait, Scorsese's gonna put him in a movie. And it's gonna
Oh,
be
it's
all,
Scorsese cares about him.
It's gonna be
Oh.
all forgiven.
I forgot Marty loves him.
Marty Bird.
There's a Robert De Niro movie coming out this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
forget.
really?
Well, Robert De Niro
Yeah.
is still conscious.
That's
yeah, he
Barely, bro.
He can
He's
still.
old.
He's got a kid. He's got a little kid.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
He's
Yeah,
old
but,
as
yeah,
shit.
but men can do that. It's you
Yeah,
can
it's
be,
like
not
that.
you
that
can
big a
be
deal.
80 and pumping them out, dude. It's not impressive.
I mean, he is.
He
Now,
literally
if
did.
you
It's a
show me an
little
80-year-old
impressive.
woman that had a kid, that's impressive.
impressive.
That's impossible.
She can live.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. That's why it's hella impressive.
Because
Anyway,
it can't be done.
Anyways, there's our predictions for this year's Oscars. I'm excited for March 2nd, Sunday night. We'll hopefully get a reaction episode in there for y'all as well. Let us know in the comments what you think will win Best Picture or some of your biggest snubs of the year. Make sure wherever you're listening to this episode, give us a rating and review. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, wherever. Film Bros, thank you again for joining us. Once again, it's been too long. Emma, Jaden, Berto, y'all have been wanting the Film Bros back, and what a perfect time to bring them back for this Oscar episode. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll hopefully see you soon.